All right, we're now streaming. Kristian, want to give a little message fast? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Happy New Year. This is Gary Busey. I have just eaten 3 tangerines, and inside those tangerines were the meaning of life. Inside the meaning of life, I found my old puppy named Skip. What Skip used to do to me is bite my left ankle. Now, you might think this is something that is painful. It is actually the awakening of Christ. All right, I'll see you in a little bit.
Don't say Christ.
Him.
How you doing now? You know, Happy New Year, everybody! SEN Live. It's the best show on the YouTubes. How are you doing? Nice to see you, everybody. Joining us, the man, the myth, the legend himself. RB3 is in the fucking his. The bagels, he steals them. The women, breaks their hearts. He's Ben Goddard.
Burping scotch over here.
That's right. To my left, Winston Marshall, Brett Sheridan.
Happy New Year, one and all.
He is back in the house. He is co-holder of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Championships of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. The Outlaw, John Rocha, is back in the house. Outlaw.
Oh, it's a new year, so it's a new time, and it's time to be the Joker up in this bitch.
I showed RB3 and Ben, and I got to show you guys after the show.
Yeah.
So my daughter, my 2-year-old, was sitting around at the table, and I caught her randomly like laughing, right? And she's like,
Oh, she was doing her Joker.
she went straight up Joker.
Joker.
Was it not Joker? Like it was straight up Joker.
It was straight up that hallway scene where he walks around and just
yeah.
stops laughing. It was the best thing
It's
I've
so
ever
good because
seen.
no one's talking to her. She's just sitting out there like a lunatic in the back.
You might want to give her
great.
nothing but safety scissors for a while.
I know, it's
Those
the
little
truth.
plastic ones for construction paper.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah.
Half my ear was cut off last night. So it's awesome to have everybody back in the house. Hope you all had a great New Year's Eve and you were safe. We are going to be talking about the most anticipated movies of 2020 this year, and we're going to be doing it with you humps. So make sure that, I don't know if we're going to do a 3-hour show. I don't think we can do a 3-hour show because after this at 12:30, what a backstage we have to bring in the new year. We got myself. We have obviously.
You start off with yourself?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Of course you're going to be on it. It's your show.
Not necessarily.
Oh, really? Have you handed it off to other people
It'll
before?
happen eventually. Wow. Yeah.
There'll be a point in time.
There'll be a point in
statement.
time. Yeah.
Strong statement.
I can't do all this shit, John. I'm going to lose my
course
fucking
you
mind.
can.
Yeah,
I believe in
I know.
you.
I can't. You know how old I am.
Bro, you
Fuck you. Fuck you about it.
Clearly, clearly not that old. You ain't wearing your glasses like you're supposed to.
Well, that's because I'm an old motherfucker and forgot them.
Bitch, you ain't got a second pair here. They just reading glasses.
Hold on, wait a second. Let me put these on.
There you go.
There it is.
Well, see,
yeah,
see,
nice.
no, see,
Nice.
but see, they got the.
Now you're a millennial.
What the tiger on it? You look like a bad bitch in those.
That's right, motherfucker.
Like man,
You do.
Now, I like everything you said. The problem is I couldn't understand a word you said. What was that? What was it? What did you say?
I just said you were rocking out with your cock out.
See, I knew what you said. I just wanted to hear you say it. Boom. So anyway, the point is the backstage show today. We got myself, Ben Bateman, the singles champion of the world, the Inner Geekdom champion of the world, Kevin Smets, his manager, Kaiser, will be here. John Rocha is going to stick around and be on the chair in the back. And
Did you mean me or Kaiser? Please tell me you said Kaiser.
and some people, including myself, say the G, the O, the A, the T. The 3-time and current teams champion, the dangerous Dan Murrell will be on the show. So what a stacked show at Backstage we have today.
That's right.
So that's why we can't go over, but we're going to have so much fun. And we'd love for you guys to join us here in the conversation. You did the other day, and man, so many great conversations. Hence why we had to go 3 hours.
Yeah.
Streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Go on over there. You get a lot more characters over there for sure, and they don't take a percentage. But if you want to do super chat, then go ahead and do that too, because we're going to take all your questions. And that SCHMOEBOT, she's going on now. And she's a lot classier than she used to be. She talks.
She's sexy.
She's sexy now.
She's sexy now.
She's
It's
sexy.
a
oh,
little
you
too much.
permanently changed your voice.
Oh, yeah.
Did you not hear?
No, I know. I was here.
the
I wasn't here yesterday.
Well, we
or
didn't do
Tuesday.
it.
I wasn't here Tuesday, but on
You're
Monday.
not on the show with him?
What's that? No, it was.
No, I wasn't here because I had to fly to Dallas. I had to work.
So who the hell was on the show?
I was sitting right there.
Yeah,
I know.
Goddard.
Oh,
Me and Winston do look a lot alike.
A lot alike.
Completely.
True,
Completely.
true.
It's the jacket with the hood.
Oh,
Yeah, it is,
okay.
yeah.
Well, she sounds a lot better than me. And you're gonna like the way she sounds.
No, but because someone messaged us, you can go in the settings and change your
And
voice.
change it. We did
So you
that.
did it.
Well, in
Okay,
RB3,
word.
RB3, I got to tell you something about RB3, which I love so much, is that when he wants to do something, it's like you can't drag him away. I can't tell you that when we were having those problems with the frame rates, I had to drag him out of my house. It's like he was here. He was just no. I'll get it done. I'm like, okay, listen. If it's not done in 15 minutes, 4 hours later, he's still out here like working his fucking ass off. Are you a perfectionist?
Yeah, I think I would.
Yeah, it's all right.
You answered your own question.
We need to get a gunshot sound effect for Brett's jokes.
Sniper, no sniping.
That's not your fault. But
Sniper,
that's
no
really
sniping.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to get like a sound effect for Brett's jokes because they're just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You tell Ben to stop swallowing the mic.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Now, people are asking. People are asking
Scotch
about.
over here.
I see this as far as Kate. Kate's going to, I think, call in today. Did you text her?
Yeah.
I'm texting her right now.
All right. So Kate's going to call in because she asked me. She was like she misses it so much. She wants to come back.
Oh, where's
Yeah.
my work wife?
I know. Seriously, I like how you
listen.
threw it. You're smart to throw in that work thing, like emphasized.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm not going to get myself in trouble. My actual soon-to-be future wife
That's right.
years from now is listening to this.
Good. That you shouldn't have thrown in there.
No, but we
Yeah.
agree because if she all of a sudden was like my future wife, like in a little bit, she'd be like, she would call in and go, "What the fuck are you talking
Right.
about?"
Take it easy.
We
Yeah.
need we need a
Good.
minute.
How was your Christmas? Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah, I got to spend time with my dad. It was amazing.
that's right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I forget because everything. It's like we work a lot in this studio, but it's funny because someone said to me, I said somebody who wasn't watching SEN live, one of the fans when I go on Facebook, and I don't know if they've been watching or not, but they're like, "Oh, you just don't seem like you're having this fun." I go, "You haven't been watching this."
What?
I said, "You haven't been watching SEN live," and they said, "No,
I've never seen you have more fun.
And they said I haven't watched SEN live, and I said that's the thing. It's not that I wasn't having fun at Collider Live, I was, but it was just a matter of like. It's very structured, and this show is not
at all.
And it's but
Well, this is what got you over with so many people
That was-
is the unhinged Harlow.
but that was
enjoyable.
the thing. And I enjoy doing it, and I have a lot of fun doing it, and I think that everybody has so far. And don't worry, this is just you got to also realize that normally we don't have shows all the damn time during holiday breaks, but this is new to us. So. Kate and Bonnie and Rachel and all these people, these wonderful women that we have on the show, no one's available. So don't worry,
Because the women take care of themselves, and we apparently don't give a
no,
fuck.
we're idiots.
They took a mental health week, and we were like, "Nah, fuck it, we're just
No,
gonna
no,
do it live."
Tell me
Kate-
nobody wants a sausage party? Like,
Yeah.
Well, no, I know.
Did you see the sausage party poster?
Somebody
great.
made
That
a
was
poster
good.
of us.
I was
A lot of that
analyzing
stuff.
each sausage. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mine's a little meatier. It might not be as long.
For length and girth. Yeah, I respect that. Length and girth. It's
but
important.
you know, John, I
Jesus.
mentioned last night that
Yeah.
we'll talk about this on backstage. There was already a big trade that
Yeah.
went down.
You
And
didn't even tell me about it.
I just told you what it was.
You
You
did.
don't share it.
Right.
How do you? It's pretty crazy.
I wanted to text you, but I was like, no, he'll tell me in time. And when you told me, I was like, oh, this is insane.
Yeah,
That's like infuriating.
Oh, the
I
trade?
know,
Yeah.
How many times am I gonna get fucked, Kristian?
You could have made that trade.
How?
What do you mean how? You could have made the call that the other person
Yeah.
made.
You garbage.
That's like shit. You're right. That's what that was. Should you have made that call? Maybe. Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna fight somebody.
You got to
You can
think
still
ahead.
make it. Yeah, no, that's the point. People are cutthroat right now, man. People are
But
cutthroat.
look, initially I was on your side. I thought it was bullshit that you lost your number one pick. But Sam now, having the number one pick, throws all kinds of shit up in the air.
Yeah.
So it's fun now because there's so much drama about who he's going to take because it'll change everything
Yeah.
after he selects one.
Fair, and I'm gonna make a pitch for this next one because I feel like it's too late to do this for 2020.
Yeah.
Like people actually do in fantasy football or in regular football when they do an expansion team. You can't protect everybody on your goddamn team.
Well, when it comes to the champions,
I'm
though-
aware. I'm
Yeah.
aware. But in any of those situations, you typically get one or two. So in that case, if they want to protect the team, you gotta let Ben go. If you want to, you know what I'm
have
saying?
to realize though. You have to realize how rare of a situation it is of what happened with.
Oh,
the
I
horseman.
am very aware.
Yeah,
I
it's
get it
very
because I
rare.
I
know
don't know if
how
you
hard.
we won all the belts. I
No,
don't
no,
know if you
I
saw
get it.
that.
No, I saw that.
Finally.
I saw that. I saw how like.
Here we go again.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I saw how you were on stage. You were like, I defended it. I just dropped dead. So you know,
You remember losing at a live event?
That's right. That's right. I forgot you
Yeah,
guys
that-
played it.
I love
Oh,
Winston.
Pick
man.
on a rookie. All right, yeah.
A rookie has belts. Kevin
Look,
Smith.
look, man. My focus is just to ruin Eric Zipper. Don't give me another target
Oh,
because I'll
Zip.
do it.
Yeah. Fair
Make your
enough.
life hell.
That was my favorite. That's, Saul was texting me after the other day.
Oh.
And he's like, I go, yeah, Rocha really likes you, respects you too. He's like, he pisses me off. I go, that's why he likes you.
Yeah.
And I was like, be smart. Don't go after the legends. Go after your own thing.
Yeah,
He's
don't.
like, all right. I was like, you can't be a rookie and go after legends right away.
I appreciate Saul's balls, but
Oh, yeah.
I forgot Saul's in the draft.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, how do you not put a guy that looks like Conor McGregor in the draft?
right, a ginger.
That's a
what we
good
should
point.
call it.
Wait, hold on.
Apparently you can't. Apparently you can't do that. It's very
That's
disrespectful.
Told.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
No,
apparently-
somebody said that's
Yeah.
the
The equivalent
ginger is the
because it's
N-word.
It's because it's
Yeah, that's not true.
That's
it's
not true at all.
Real talk.
I'm
Real
gonna
talk.
say,
Look, real talk.
I'm
I
not
did.
black, but I will say
Somebody.
that's not true.
Yeah.
It's not, but it is an anagram for it. Or is that it?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
all right.
There was a whole song by,
I
by
respect.
a redheaded comedian in
Okay.
Britain that was he did a no one can call a ginger, but a
Okay,
ginger, like
I
whatever.
apologize.
Yeah, I
It's
how
lightheaded
the hell do I
person.
know? Yeah, there you go, lightheaded person.
I did compare him to the
A
guy from
soulless
Game of
person.
Thrones. Who's
You
pretty
did.
badass.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
you know.
All right, listen, everybody. So what we're gonna do is once again, the SCHMOEBOT is on. So if you wanna, it was very fun. You got some of the most respectful. You and Clark Wolf got the most respectful SCHMOEBOTs that I've ever heard, and I didn't expect that.
Because Clark Wolf or I, we kill a bitch. Like Clark, everybody knows. Clark will kill a bitch. Clark don't play.
Speaking of killing a bitch, give me another one of these shots. It's New Year's.
How we talking?
That's right.
Clark don't play.
So listen to me. It is Knapsack's Ponytail comes in and says, I came across a 25-minute short film last night starring Lisa Ann. That's great. And an actor portraying a young Palpatine. Okay.
Oh.
The ending, strangely enough, finished with a cream pie, tying into Rey's origin. Okay. Wondering if this film will make it into canon.
Did they explain at least how the Emperor came back to life? That would be nice.
He came back to life.
All over the place. See, I get it with the computer. That's a creepy uncle dad joke right there.
No, it wasn't. That was a good joke.
I mean,
I agree.
salud.
Salud.
Oh, I'm gonna have to explain cream pie later. What's
to
the
who?
cream pie, honey? My mother.
Something to wipe. Yeah, good.
Oh, we need paper towel?
Yes,
Good
directly
radio.
behind you.
Oh yeah.
All right. So anyway, thank you to Knapsack's Ponytail.
You know what? The greatest compliment we got, though, was someone comparing you to the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Wow.
Well, someone just said
spoke volumes.
it was 3 hours in just a matter of what
Kept
Joe,
their attention, though.
What Joe does very well, and what I think that we do very well in this show is it's just a conversation.
Yeah.
It's like that's why when I don't ever get upset with people when they go, well, it doesn't. The radio style to me doesn't fit that, and that's completely cool.
Yeah.
And that's just not your style of thing. But to me, that's the only thing that I get excited about. I like to where if we're on the middle of a conversation and it goes somewhere else, because that to me is life.
Yeah.
Like we can be in the middle of
I'm
things.
sorry,
It's
I'm
like,
OCD enough. You got it on the computer, driving me crazy.
that's all right.
His OCD's kicking in.
I just want to make sure that people know that you volunteered that. I didn't tell you to.
No,
Oh, my God.
No, if you look at the
I get
playback,
yelled at. I get yelled at.
No, if you look at the playback, I'm literally just staring at it like, is he not going to clean it up off
That's it. All right, listen. Here we go. Timothy Hurtle. Not even close.
Thank you guys for
thank you.
everything you do. Also, Brett,
Where'd it
suck
go?
my pussycat.
Oh! Where'd it go? I didn't
That
see the comment.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was good stuff, right? See,
You know that bitch now.
you know what I'm shocked about? Is the fact because she's so hot now, there's not more dirty talk from her. Because that's going to make us just do different things on this
Yo,
show.
fuck it, spell PHUCK. Get it going, dog.
Somebody went, wait a minute! Two-finger toots in the house.
Why'd you say it like that?
And are you in the house? I fell out of the house. Get back in the house. What are you doing?
Brought to you by McAllen.
That's right.
Sniper, no sniping.
It's 10:15 in the morning. Have some eggs. Knapsack's Ponytail. I came across. Oh yeah, read that one again. Timothy Hurtle. Someone said Scorsese's films never feel long. I watched Irishman last night. It felt like 7.5 hours, but it did have a cameo from my hometown ice cream spot, Weston, upstate Hudson Valley, New York. Best ice cream you'll ever have. Not Harboli. I can't even say the word.
Hyperbole.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Arby. All right.
Hyperbole.
Look, I loved Irishman, but it's a fucking long movie, man.
I still haven't seen it for that reason. Every time I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch it. I'm like, I got 3 hours.
You saw Wolf of Wall Street though. That was 3 hours.
Well, yeah, because I accidentally took my.
What the hell was that?
It's my ringtone.
Oh, is she calling?
It's Kate Mulligan.
Is she on right
She's
now?
on the line.
Hey, Mulligan face, are you there? No.
Okay, hold up. Hello? Kate?
This is bullshit.
Hi.
Oh, hey! Mulligan face, what's up?
Oh, the way I miss you all. I hate to even admit it.
I know. You said it. You said it on the text yesterday. Did you see how I didn't even respond to that?
Yeah. Classic you and I say something nice, you ignore me.
Oh, no, let me tell you something. That's classic me and everyone.
Oh yeah.
I am atrocious on the text message, and I fully aware of that because to me it's the same thing. I hate the phone. I hate the phone. I hate talking on the phone. Texting to me is very simple. It's just like, okay, this is what we need to do. Established. I'm like fucking Skynet. It's like just get it done.
I guess it just depends. Like if it's just info, I get that shit. But like if you just like you don't want to just talk to your work wife sometimes. Hi, work wife.
Every day.
Hi.
Yes.
I miss you.
That's right.
I was going to say, the only person I don't miss is Mrs. Brett, because I basically talk to him every day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I mean, no, we don't.
Wait a minute. Stop sending dick pics. Kate, do you have anything to say to John Rocha, who you've never been on a show with before?
Oh,
John, you're there.
love you, Kate.
Wait, there's no... I love you. Remember when you... remember that one time you couldn't stop looking at me because I finally put makeup on?
Remember that? Hey, remember that time you wouldn't let that go? Remember that time you wouldn't let that go? I made a big deal about it. We've talked about other things. My work mistress.
No,
We've
I
talked
know,
about
we
other
have-
things.
By the way,
mistress.
have we? I mean, there's no spoilers on the Schmoedown anymore, right? So we can
No,
talk
what are you talking about? Totally.
We can talk about you being involved.
Talking about what? You're breaking up a little bit, Kate.
We're talking about you need to get off of Boost Mobile. That's what we're talking about.
I either need to get off Boost Mobile or I need to get out of a basement in New Jersey.
Yeah. So
New Jersey.
Are you
That could be-
okay?
that could be
Do you
the-
need someone to come help you?
Yeah, right. Blink twice.
And by the way, that could be the title of your book. Getting out of a basement of a New Jersey. So what?
Kate Mulligan
Yeah.
story.
So you're about to compliment John Rocha. Go ahead.
I was saying he's the biggest boss of all time for that performance.
Oh,
I think-
right. With the bronchitis.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate
That
it.
is one of the
my
most
God.
legendary moments. It's like I still push back because I tell you this. I listened to Merc with the movie block. Right?
Oh, yeah.
He's got a very good Schmoedown podcast that I don't think enough people listen to, and he was kind of nominated. He was in the list to potentially get nominated. He didn't make the cut, but I listened to the full show yesterday. It's a really good show. But he's part of that argument of saying that what your thing was a moment and not an entrance.
Right.
It's still an entrance when you're on when you're in the I think the point that Brienne made that was I think valid. Was the problem with the entrance for televised is that it wasn't shot in a way that you could see the whole thing.
Right.
So as far as that aspect, for those who were in the crowd, they got the element of sitting there waiting. Everybody was coming out of that side entrance. You're the only one that came from the bottom out.
Here's what I say. I looked up entrance in the dictionary, and it said walking into a place.
Yeah.
So I walked into a place. So it still qualifies. And when you heard my music, people
was an
knew
entrance.
I was coming.
It was an entrance.
So it's an entrance. And I think it's better that you didn't see it because it built up the hype
Yeah.
that when I finally did appear, you were like, yes, he's there.
Well, but this
so
is
Brienne
why-
can kiss my butt.
But Kate,
All respect to Brienne.
But Kate is getting into Kate. You can tell Kate's a sports fan.
Yes, I love
So
that
you can
about
tell
Kate.
that Kate's starting to like really grasp onto the sports element of the Schmoedown. But Kate,
Yeah.
that was one of your favorite moments of the night, right?
Absolutely. I also it's one of those things too. It's like it's Jordan with the flu, right?
Yes.
It's like,
Stop saying
could you
that.
even?
Here we go.
Could you even?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say
Fine,
that.
we'll
Look,
talk
I-
about Magic with
I
the AIDS.
respect
Is that
it.
what you want?
exactly what I want. I recovered from bronchitis.
It's similar because the motherfucker, both of them don't ever go out because
That's true.
he's
Well,
been-
Magic beat AIDS,
Yeah.
right? Just like you beat bronchitis.
and old age.
Yes. I mean, money did it, really.
I mean,
really.
But Kate, when are you what are you doing? What's are you how's the Jersey stuff? How's everything going?
I'll tell you what. It's all been great, but it wouldn't be a holiday break if somebody didn't get a stomach flu.
Oh, who was that? Was that the husband or the kids?
It was the baby.
Oh. Yeah.
Jesus.
Nothing is more heartbreaking
Yeah.
than when like your kid is like looking at you with like, why is this happening to me?
And plus the fact they can't really, and it's all gibberish. They sound like homeless drunks. Yeah, you can't.
I
even-
know, and it's just like then
Or just
then
drunk.
like he like we put him in the bath to try and clean him up after a bout, and then he like looked at me and like then it just shot out
All
of
right.
him
Well,
into
Kate.
the bath.
So, Kate, tell me if this is very similar because I want to recreate this moment for you. This is your kid, although it is going to be drunk Brett, telling you that he's got the stomach flu.
Mommy,
What happened? You did this to yourself. You did this.
I saw your story of the young one using in the bathtub, and I know that's a horrible, horrible thing to take care
I've
of.
never seen. I didn't like because we always sit on a toilet to go right. You don't actually see it come out of you. I've never seen it. It was like Jackson Pollock against the wall.
Yikes. That means
I've
multiple
never
colors, too. Oof.
Oh my god, yeah. It was. I mean, and then just like. Then I'm like, oh, we're getting on a plane. Like, we fly back to LA tomorrow. And I'm like, oh my God, we're getting on a plane tomorrow. If one of us falls to this,
No.
I don't know that we make the plane.
All right, so here's what I want you to do.
Like,
Here's what I want you to do. If you do get sick, you're not coming in next week. I'll tell you. All right, listen. We miss you terribly.
I miss you.
And then
I have got such a great. I'm going to save it, but I have the funniest Suge story.
Oh.
So I'm back on Monday.
Okay, good.
Monday,
Tuesday.
No, am I not?
Tuesday. We're gonna do a pre-tape for tomorrow because I got something going on. We're gonna pre-tape tomorrow, but you'll be back on Tuesday.
No, remember my schedule's Monday, Wednesday, Friday now because the kids are in school.
See you on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday. But anyway, I'll tell you, I have the funniest Suge story. I've been going back and forth with him. Like, I just cannot wait to drop this on
I can't
everybody.
wait.
But it's
He might
It's a
let us
great
know.
show.
He might let us know with a SCHMOEBOT or something today. So we'll figure out if it gets spoiled.
No, there's no way he's going to
No?
tell on himself.
Okay,
There's
okay.
no way he's going to tell on himself.
You need to on the plane, by the way. So the episode that we did last time Rocha was on, you have to go to the interaction with him and Saul because now with the phone calls that RB3 was able to set up, Saul can now call in again.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So we're getting more.
Merry
We're getting more.
Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna have Matt Sarah start calling in, and it's gonna
Oh,
be.
great.
Yeah, we're starting to get. This show's finally starting to come together. It's like that old ship. It's like that old ship that we threw into hyperspace, and we along the way we're like getting really good parts. It's turning into the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, it's
It
the
really is
bucket of
turning-
bolts. It keeps going.
I mean, what last week we got our soundboard back. Our RB3 got that.
You got
Yeah.
the soundboard,
Great.
but he won't show anybody else how to do it.
I'm not trying to get replaced.
He just seriously won't get fired. That's-
Can you EDM on that board? I think you can.
I don't know. So listen, Kate.
Also, by the way,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've talked about it. No spoilers, but Mandalorian.
We've talked. I have the spoiler. And did you like the finale?
Yeah, I love the finale. Starting at chapter 7, I was like, okay, I see where this is going and where
Awesome.
it's come from.
Nice.
Your biggest
love-
issue was yours was the Amy Sedaris one. That was your biggest problem.
That one, but also the waitress and the one before that
Oh right,
one.
yeah, I didn't mind that
Just
one.
like you have access to every great day player on the planet. How did you pick those?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
it just was
That's a fair
it was
point.
McClunky
That's
to
a
say the
great
least.
point.
Have you ever heard Kate's impression of Amy Sedaris in The Mandalorian?
Oh my God, no.
Okay, Kate. So I want you to tell John Rocha how nice it is that he's here, but as Amy Sedaris in The Mandalorian.
Okay, let me see. It's so funny to not be in the room and
I
have
know.
to do it because I'm just staring at Playmobil right now.
Pretend Playmobil is one of the droids.
Oh God, he's scared of droids. Okay, so first of all, I don't know if it's
It breaks up. It breaks up.
Yeah, it
it
was
breaks
good.
up. We got to do
It
it
was
in
good for a
person.
while.
It's really it is uncanny when she can do it
Yeah.
in person. It breaks up on the phone. It's all right.
Yeah.
it's breaking up.
I'm not a
Well, there you go.
stormtrooper.
Yeah. Stop it. Stop it. All right.
Okay, wait. Also, was that Jason Sudeikis in the last episode
Yes,
as a
yes.
It
stormtrooper?
was
Yes.
Sudeikis and
Yeah.
Adam Pally.
Adam Pally.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, it really sounds like Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah,
And it was.
I love the fact that Jason Sudeikis got real death threats for punching fake Baby Yoda.
So
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That's wild.
Yeah.
2020.
2020, baby.
Yeah.
But that was some
2020,
that was
baby.
some 2019 bullshit.
I
We're
know.
gonna leave that back there.
2020 already. I got to tell you, it is super fresh, and it's
Oh, fuck.
already. What happened there? Someone just said, "Oh
Someone
fuck."
put up fun.
Oh no, no, there
Nice.
you go. It's already an outrageous here.
Yes, it is, Kristian.
We are 2 days.
It's already quite an outrageous year, full of surprises and shocks all around. I have to say.
All I'm saying is 2020 is outrageous.
As Lionel Richie used to say, outrageous.
You got. You've only had one of these, right?
Hello.
I'm drinking Brett's.
Oh man, you bite your hand off.
It is. Because you want to talk about what's outrageous? Like hearing how much fun that room is having and just being like alone with a bunch of your children's toys, like in a dark basement.
Oh, we're gonna.
And I'm sort of like, ha 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 ha, I get it because I can do it. Ha ha ha. Oh, wait,
I have so much news for you that is gonna make your head spin in a good way. When I'm gonna probably call you a little later because you're gonna. What time is your flight tonight?
No, it's tomorrow.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
I'm around all day.
I'll call you
Yeah.
later because I'm gonna give you some.
Cool,
nice,
I won't pick up.
Okay, good. Perfect. Good. Go fuck yourself. All right. So, Kate,
Send him a thumbs up emoji.
do I do that a lot?
Hey, Kristian, I just want to tell you, man, thanks for taking me in. You know, you've really made me feel good. This year's looking great.
Hold on.
Thumbs up emoji.
Because I remember sending that to Kristian. I forgot what he said in return. Hold on.
There's a few of them. There's a few of those on my tweet as well.
You know, winky eye.
You know what, you fucking scumbags? You know what he Is that a soundbite or is that
That's her. That's her.
Chaos.
Ha 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 ha. That was so funny what just happened.
RB3, hang up on her. All right,
Bye,
Kate.
guys.
Kate, we'll see you
Bye,
later.
Kate, love you.
Oh, so
Safe
good.
travels.
Bye.
Oh, so amazing.
you.
Good stuff, guys,
Bye.
so far. I'm enjoying the show already. We're only a half an hour into this shit spin. Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get into some more of these questions. And like I said, we're going to be going over all the. I mean, there's a lot of great movies coming out next year. At least we hope. A lot of great movies are coming out that we'll talk about. And the same way we did it for when we did the movies of the decade. Shoot in any movies, particular movies that you want us to talk about, whether that's on the actual SCHMOEBOT or on streamlabs.com/SCHMOedown. The other thing, by the way, is Apple Podcasts on this show. If you are subscribed to us, please leave us a review. It helps tremendously. We're at like 120 in the rankings right now. You got to be higher than that.
Are you doing it right now?
And you guys can see? Yeah. So
Well, I'm
Thank you
subscribed
all
to it.
for all the
What-
laughs and great
why are we
conversations
seeing
makes
this
my
other-
work days more enjoyable.
All right.
RB3 pro tip: if you want to know where the white women are at, try the Whole Foods wine bar. Much love to you. and I can't wait for a new year.
Here we go again.
That is correct.
It's accurate.
That
It's
is
very
correct.
accurate. Is that where you met your fiance?
Kickball. Actually.
Kickball. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Next to Claw. What was her name? White Claw?
Next to White Claw, exactly. No. So funny story. It was a mid-season party. So it was bottomless mimosas.
Oh.
She walks up to me. Just go with this. Right? She walks up to me.
I'm
she
already
goes,
with it.
She goes. I like this.
Whoa,
Just
you
grab
can't
it.
do that.
Well, she did that to me.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, she
Yeah,
did
yeah,
that to
I
me.
know. I'm saying you
definitely
can't do that, yeah.
And I was like, you just grab my tit.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, girl? I'm Winston. Like that's
That's a great story.
That's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
a good story for the wedding.
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited about
Sometimes
it.
they know when they know, and you got nothing to do with it.
you can't do
it.
It's like,
Yeah.
boom,
You can't
it's
do it.
happening.
Yeah, you
Bro.
can't.
Yeah, you just go along.
Yeah, that's it. But anyway, so what would be extremely helpful for you guys? I mean, shit. Even
You'll
if you're-
find out one day, Ben.
That's-
He's
he's
got a date with
on a date with
Bonnie,
Bonnie.
bro.
He's going out with Bonnie.
Bonnie Somerville?
Yeah.
Yes.
Him and Bonnie are going out.
And now you look like a jackass.
Yeah.
I'm
You think he can handle that? I don't think he can handle.
I'm just
Bonnie.
gonna say, she's gonna tear you up and spit you out. Son, that woman has been with some amazing men.
Oh,
Good
look at
luck,
this.
my man.
All right, well, take it easy.
Wow.
I love Bonnie too. She's a great singer.
Yeah, she's coming. She's going to
And
be back on
actress.
the show too.
I don't know how to do this, Kristian.
Just hit the fucking stars, dude.
I'm
Are
trying.
you subscribed to the podcast?
Yes.
First subscribe.
Dude, that's problem.
Oh, it's down at the bottom. All right.
there it
That
is.
a girl. So if you go to Apple Podcasts, and even if you're watching now, and I get it, I don't do the iTunes, I do Spotify. Fine, then tell us to listen to it on Spotify. Just go to Apple Podcasts though and leave a review. It helps us tremendously. Just put something right now. Open up another tab. You can do it, and let the English see you do it. That's from Braveheart reference, 1995. Going back to Agent Ice. Hey, Kristian, something I've always wanted to ask. Do you think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 would have been better if Nicole Perlman had a hand in writing the script like the first movie, Kate and Brett for Life? Maybe. There are a lot of people, and I think Rocha is one of those people who disagree with me, and they think that like Guardians is great. I love it too. I think it is. Take it easy. I think James Gunn does a very good job in the movie overall. I just feel that it's. And all of the jokes that I have issues with, I believe, are funny jokes. I just feel that they're not. It's like everybody gets one, and it's inconsistent with character. It's like everybody gets a joke because it's time for a joke. Well, that one he just had a joke, so now she's gonna have a joke, and now she had a joke, so he'll have a joke. And Dave Bautista has some great jokes in that movie, but that's all he's there for. He's a fucking joke machine, and he has no story anymore. That's my problem with that movie overall. The same problem I have with Ant-Man.
Well, what's the extra story if he's already tried to avenge his wife and child, and the person who killed him is dead? Well, Thanos is the other one, and there's not much left to Drax.
But that's my argument is that's his now. Before he was avenging his family,
and
now he's developing a relationship with his new one. So like, the fact that him and Mantis become like partners essentially now, that's
I feel like it's more that they didn't let the emotional moments sit. It'd be like, oh, emotional moment, joke, like right after.
That's
like
exactly
when he finds out Kurt Russell killed his mother, then Kurt Russell turns into David, not Copperfield,
Hasselhoff.
And it's just like, oh, you couldn't let that emotion sit there. You had to make a joke out of it.
But so wait a minute. So you're on my side?
Yes.
So what the fuck, man? All these guys at the same time are saying how they're on my side. You're sitting there with your balls in your mouth.
I'm waiting for everybody to go around. When I'm on the potato cam,
I'll tell you that right now.
When I'm on the potato cam, I gotta wait for an opening over there.
Hold on. Is this what you really want? You want Rogue One boy to be your
that's a fair point.
You make a fantastic point.
Next just confuse Copperfield with asshole.
All right, let's see. C3P Diddy. Rocha talking about Bibiani in the same fierce, fiery shit. Talking as Jim Content, talking about Vince Russo. Rocha, don't ever change. So yeah, I guess there's you and Bibiani have that wonderful
It's a friendly rivalry, but we do go at each other.
100%.
But I will say this: Bibbs is one of the best writers on the planet.
He's really
if you want to read his reviews, he's an incredible writer. In the Schmoedown, it's a whole other ball.
He should call into the show.
What's that?
He should call in.
Is he around now?
I don't know.
We tried to get him call in for 3 hours.
He wasn't around last time.
That's what he said.
He texted and he said, "Trust me, if he was around, he would have called in." He said that
that's a good point.
He said out all the
attention. I'll get it.
He said out all the writers. He's like out all the people, and he's like you didn't want to talk to the real critic. I was like,
the real critic. He likes to kiss his own ass. There's nobody does it better than Bibbs.
Is he around? You text him?
I'll send him.
Text that little filthy rat.
Yeah.
Nico Suave Regoli. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year to you, Nico. Thank you for the nice donation. Hope you celebrated the new decade well. I had a blast as I got into my first ever bar fight. Oh my god! And I won it in 3 strikes. You don't want to fuck with Nico, dude.
3 strikes.
Nico's like a
name like Nico,
but he's a mixed martial artist.
Nico versus Saul.
But Nico's not a guy that he's not looking for shit.
Yeah.
Like Nico's he's a nice dude. It's
he follows my shit. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy, dude. So you don't want to mess with Nico.
Nico sounds like Jet Li in any of his movies where he's not like an assassin.
Yeah, Unleashed. You mean like Unleashed?
Yeah, where it's just like, no, you do not want to do this.
No.
And the next thing you know, it's just like.
Yeah. No, Nico, fuck you up.
That was bad.
That was a terrible Asian. As an actor, that was a terrible Asian.
I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, not even you can get away with that. Sorry, buddy. So let me finish Nico's.
All right, let me try that again. Hold on. Hey, you don't want to do this shit, motherfucker.
Much better. Much better.
Happy New Year's, fuckers.
Oh, thank you.
Good crew on today plus Ben. Key for the RB3 versus Bagel Boy. Careful RB3, he steals bagels, he might steal the white women. Luke is the MVP at the Schmoedown.
Who was that?
Outlaw holds 2 belts a year.
That was really good. I got to read that one. That was from Marshall Weeks. Oh, no, it wasn't Marshall Weeks. I don't know what happened.
I don't know why the SCHMOEBOTs aren't.
It's fucking around, huh? I'll read it, though. That was a good one. That was a good one. But RB3 versus Goddard is definitely happening.
Yeah.
That'll definitely I don't have enough video. I don't have enough tape on Goddard, so I'm gonna give the edge to RB3.
Are you sure you don't have enough time? I feel like we've seen enough
video. I mean, dude, I'm
Just
shocked.
from two shows. I can tell you how Goddard's
So
going
you
to
think RB3 is gonna win?
Absolutely. Running away.
Are they gonna face each other?
Yeah,
You want to put money on that, Rocha?
I'll put money on it.
I'm putting them
How
together.
much?
It's gonna be RB3 versus
$500.
Goddard next season.
You want to put 500 on it?
Well, at this point, money, maybe I shouldn't put it in. Ask me in a week. Ask me in a week. Ask me in a week.
I didn't want to be the one to say it. I'm glad you said it.
You don't say shit.
Hey, it's fine. Bet him a bagel, he'll bet you some tuna mac. That's how
A dozen bagels. I'm down with a dozen bagels. I bet a dozen bagels.
Either way, it's not going to cost me a thing.
I'm going to start sending your picture to the bagel shops I go to. If you see this man, arrest him immediately.
Holy shit. Which reminds me, this morning I said the stupidest shit that I was like, oh man, farts on a platter. And I hear a 2-year-old go, farts on a platter. Like I was a fucking idiot.
You have to. Is that what happens when you have kids? You have to watch what you say?
Oh, everything.
Oh,
Are you
Winston,
kidding me?
what's wrong with you?
Your
Of course.
kids would be the most filthy mouthed kids
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
I mean, even my mother, I like that Winston, but I mean the mouth on it.
Look. You think I swear a lot?
Were you talking to the mic when you knew?
You think I swear a lot? I'm vague. You see, look at that. I try to make sure.
You're not Ellis. You're not Ellis. Ellis could do that from like his house.
Yeah. Ellis.
Hey!
I mean, I can project. I just, you think I swear a lot? My girlfriend swears.
Does she?
Like a sailor.
Well, you better stop that shit once you get the kids.
It was.
That's why you're together, because she gets the way you talk.
She gets it.
Yeah.
So
She
she talks
gets
it.
it.
Why don't you have your she's not your fiance yet? Why don't you have your girlfriend on this show?
You should.
I'll talk to her. I'll tell her to take a
That'd
day
be
off.
great.
I'll tell her to take a day off.
I would
We'll do it.
love to do that. That'd be good. What an interview.
Yeah,
I'd have
that'd
a
be
lot of
fun.
fun doing that.
I could have her call in if you want to do that.
No. We gotta have her. We gotta have her in
Alright.
person. That'll be good. And what I want to do, like for the first like half an hour, is put you there without the microphone.
Oh,
and just let me just interview her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just watch him squirming the
I
whole time.
should have probably said no to this.
I know. You just said yes.
Scream.
I love that idea.
Every time you try to talk, she hits you.
I like drinking whiskey. Okay. All right, so Nico Suave Regoli says, "Hey, I hope you guys we did that. He told you to beat the shit out of somebody, and then anyone stay tuned for all the fan league charity matches he's got going on later in the month for the trivia for it. He does this every year, and he's one of the most diehard Schmoedown fans you're gonna find, right? And what he's done is his dad passed a couple years ago, and
Respect, man.
yeah, and he's since put on a lot of these trivia-thons to generate notice for disease and other things too, and it's really great. So check out Nico, and he's over on Dedicated to Art doing reviews, which they were nominated this year for Best Reactor. So check Nico out. Nico's a good dude.
I voted for them too.
Did you?
I voted for them, yeah. Anybody but.
Yeah.
Just joking.
I'm just joking.
Oh shit! When's the cutoff? Today?
Today's the last. Oh yeah, great point. Today is the last day to vote.
What time?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day to vote.
You said the
Tomorrow.
second, right?
Yeah, I lied. Friday is the last day to vote, and you can only do it if you're a Patreon. If you're a patron or a player in the league, you go to patreon.com/schmoedown, $1 tier and up. So look, you want to vote and you don't want to be a patron forever, then go and you pay a fucking $1, will you? Go over there, go $1, you vote if you want to do it, and
Best
then
pitch I've ever heard.
then you go out. It's like, then you can just cancel your membership too. So you say I don't have $1, well then you got bigger problems than this. So if you don't want to vote, you don't have to vote. I'm just saying if you wanted to vote, that's how you do it. Those people who don't give a shit, then you don't have to do it. Did my balls drop? I have no idea, but that's your name. I know where you can find the white women. They are at Target. Just don't bring John Rocha on an upset stomach.
Yeah.
Would you shit all over the place at Target?
I forgot about that story.
What do you mean?
What'd you do at Target?
Didn't you have to go to the bathroom in the Target one time or something like that?
Oh, sure. I go to the bathroom all the time anyway.
Oh yeah.
You're a
No,
public,
but I thought
you're
that
a
was
At that age where I don't care.
No,
Right.
I thought there was a
Right?
story.
Right.
Maybe I'm confusing it with something else.
I saw him in the bushes the other day at the park.
If I gotta go, I go.
Yeah.
You could put whatever you want on the
you-
toilet. You could scar the toilet. I'm
You
still
ever
gonna go.
shit in a park?
In a park.
You got to think about it.
No, I've never shit in a park.
That's
Okay.
a tough one because the
Is
kids.
that
I've had
bucket
sex
list?
in a park, but I've never shit.
Oh, you disgusting pig.
I've had sex.
In a gazebo in the park.
No, yeah. No,
Park
Sure, it was a homeless
bathrooms.
tent.
No.
Park bathrooms are disgusting.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
Beach
how
bathrooms.
nice the park
No,
is.
you walk.
No.
You Magic Johnson ain't beating that if he's going in.
No,
there,
I took my daughter in one. I'm like, no, piss your pants. I'm not even setting you on that.
We're going deep, Winston.
We're going
Let's
deep.
hit some shit.
2020.
Last show on
They
the
got it.
2020 ain't no damn joke.
Sit down, you fucking SJW over there.
The beach bathrooms are the worst.
Yeah.
No more whiskey before the show.
That's some real shit. This is hitting you.
This is it. Now you see the real me. I'm gonna be living on the streets, right, Grandpa?
Oh shit! I just got a
Sees
text.
what I says. I said Magic Johnson.
I just got a text from Magic Johnson. I just lost him as an interview. So, well, there we go.
Oh, man.
Oh, anybody. So thanks for joining us for the first and last show of 2020. I really appreciate everybody.
RB3 hit that music, baby.
Oh, come on, play the whole fucking. This is good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. What the hell do we talk about? Oh, this is John Rocha shitting all over the place. Sean Sullivan. Just wanted to send you all some love. Sean Sullivan's going to be a Star Wars competitor in the draft, by the way. Welcome to 2020. The new era is going to be the best season yet. See you all at the draft. You say, oof. You don't think he's going to be any good or just a tough division?
Oh no! I said like there's more people jumping into this thing.
Star Wars division.
I thought we were running out of questions, but it seems like there's more.
Well, I don't know.
People
If you,
jumping in.
Well, you didn't hear this because I guess you're busy. But
Yeah.
any question that has ever been asked from season 1 until last season is back in the rotation.
Just for Star Wars or everything?
Everything. So you could get a Jane Fonda question.
I could. I'll answer it this time.
You'll ask
See,
her.
what's ridiculous about that is that this motherfucker's going to remain champion forever.
Well, 'cause
he
he's been-
already
'cause he's-
answered every question.
He's been in the league since before I created it.
I'm aware.
Yeah. I actually have a document with every question ever asked.
I get it. You've
Do
been
you?
playing
Yeah.
with yourself for a long time.
Oh my god!
And then he started playing trivia.
That's right.
You see what I said there?
What I did there, what I does is I brought it back to he said he plays with himself. Not that he's playing in the trivia, that he plays with his cock and balls.
Sniper, no sniping.
Now that I've done it in a Target bathroom.
So good. All right. I had an egg sandwich this morning. Okay, moving on.
Oh, we're off the rails, so this is
yeah.
the very
Hell yeah.
first show of the year.
Hell yeah.
Maybe we should have more of this every day. So the funny thing
I'm
is
going to start
that
bringing you old granddad. That's
Yes.
what I'm going to bring you.
Oh, grand.
Crown Royal.
we got Crown Royal. we
no.
got fucking Bullet over here.
Oh, man.
Bullet is the best.
He's going to be drunk until 2021.
Somebody,
This is going to last you till 2021. This will last me till the end of the day.
I'm sure.
somebody in the chat says sipping on grandma's cough syrup.
This show is awesome. I love this show. That wasn't even a comment. That was me.
I know. I was laughing because I'm like, oh, you stroking your own shit right now.
Well, you guys too.
I mean, no, I
You're
know.
here.
I know, but I'm saying everybody play with themselves.
all 'cause of me. You're right.
Yeah,
All right. ZCM Zombie Custom Maps. Speaking about 2020 movies, can't wait to see Kit Harington in Marvel's Eternals as Black Knight. I want to see him pop in like a big budget kind of movie also because he was the only thing good about that stupid ass Pompeii movie. He was the only.
God,
That was,
yeah,
it was
right.
piss on a platter, but he was really good. And that stupid shit ass movie. What the fuck was it called? with Jeff Bridges, and it was the same time that that stupid Wachowski brothers movie came out with Channing Tatum.
Oh, the
Jupiter
Jupiter Ascending?
It was Jupiter Ascending, and this
Yeah.
movie came out
It was
at the
with
same time.
Ryan Reynolds was in it. Too,
No, it
right?
Was
wasn't
it the
Ryan Reynolds.
one based on the book?
I think so. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
You
I'll
know,
look it up
and
right
it's with
Oh,
it
the
was
Time Cops, R.I.P.
no, it's
That's
not Time
R.I.P.D..
Cops. It was the dude from. It was the kid from. It was Prince Caspian.
That was asked too.
Who was the main? He was like the main role in it, and then see if the
Seventh
Son.
Son.
Seventh Son. Thank
I
you.
want to see you do an interview with somebody and go, what was that stupid shit ass movie?
I wish that I could. I really wish that I could because they couldn't even because there's movies even like Brad Pitt coming out saying how he knew that that doing that movie Troy was shitty.
Yeah.
Right? At the time he's doing press, he's not going to say
Yeah,
that. But
right.
years later, I'd love to be like, hey, look, like even like Jai Courtney, who I really enjoy talking to.
Did
right?
you know who you could do that with? Is John Boyega right
You
now.
heard what happened, right?
Holy
what did he do?
shit.
dude,
Are you
he-
kidding?
no, no, no.
Yesterday he started going on and off
what?
about
Dude,
Star Wars
dude,
yesterday.
What was he saying?
He
Because
put
it's
this,
over. It's
he
over.
put this incredible tweet of 4 different pictures of Ben and Rey fighting,
Yeah.
or Kylo and Rey fighting or whatever, and being like Star Wars romance, and then like the kind of stare awkward ass eyes, as in
Yeah.
like, oh, you like abusive relationships? That's your Star Wars romance.
And
Oh,
the
dude.
Raylo fans went
They
nuts
lost their
on him.
shit.
And he was commenting back with like don't give a fuck. Don't give.
Yeah.
We showed the who was it? The
contract's
50
over.
Cent.
What does he care?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
50 Cent driving
the
off
50
a
Cent
Picard.
driving off GIF. I was like,
I love that dude.
Dude, he's amazing.
That is the
But
greatest.
someone else brought it up right after, like, thank you for saying that, because real talk, I've been in an abusive ass relationship for a while, and this is the signs that I see. Like,
But what I did see, what he did,
Yeah.
which was great, and it was a subtle shot before, was when they were all doing interviews and they were talking about that stupid clip of the They Fly Now.
Yeah.
And he goes, Finn would know. Because of the stormtroopers, and then he's like, and Oscar Isaac said something like, maybe it just happened. He's like, they've been doing this since the Clone Wars. He knows he's a Star Wars fan. He fucking gets
He's
it.
the only one who's like out of the second place, I feel like.
Seriously.
Oscar Isaac is there too because he was really hoping for like a Poe Finn thing going on.
That's what was teased in the books.
Same and like
not Poe and Finn, not Poe and Finn. Poe and Rey was teased in the books.
Oh, but everything, like, and then like Finn, John Boyega was like, "You're not going to Disney Plus me," because they were asking if they would continue.
Oh,
on.
right.
All of them, I feel like, are just
Over
Oh
it.
yeah, the contracts are done. The
They're
checks
over.
are in the mail.
Yeah,
they're
over.
done.
They're
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
I don't blame them. I will say that.
I also think they're full of shit though when it comes to sit down meeting and then having a couple conversations with a big fat check in your face.
That's true.
But it also depends on who's directing it. I mean, look.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to believe that when you look at stuff that, like, let's say what Deborah Chow and Taika Waititi did, and if they had their own, like Deborah Chow, we know does have a spin-off series, but if Taika Waititi was doing a full-off series and said, I want you, John Boyega, we're going to do a Finn series, it's hard for me to believe that he's going to go, I'm not Disney Plus and
Right.
this shit.
You think you're better than Ewan McGregor?
Right.
You're not better than Ewan McGregor.
I think
you
he's-
can do Disney.
No, I
Plus.
think he's making a point right now that he's just over it at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think Oscar Isaac is the one who has probably the most pull out of like all of these
Yeah.
guys. So he says whatever and he just doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, and I think the other part about it, like you said, is that it's not that he's against having his own series. I think he's against having to be a slave to this. Like, I have to say everything perfectly, or whatever. I think he enjoys his freedom because he's wanted to say this shit probably for a minute.
Oh, sure. Because he's a nerd just like all of us. And he's a geek guy who's into all this shit. So he knows what's right and what's wrong the whole time. But those zeros on those paychecks would keep your mouth shut for a while.
Suge Knight in the chat room goes, guys, he's talking Star Wars again. Christian's lying.
I brought it up.
No, it's good.
Suge Knight a real one.
Suge's the best.
At first, I look over and I'm like, who's? Oh, you motherfucker. This is good.
Suge Knight's a real one.
Very
man.
good.
That's
Very
for
good.
real.
Marshall Weeks. Oh, wait. Oh, no, sorry. That's actually Suge Knight. I went on an 8-match inner geekdom rabbit hole last night. I love this motherfucker. And this morning, I was on a 5-match John Rocha watch this morning. And I feel like John is not getting enough talk about the year that he had. And let's not talk about spectacular. Hats off to the Outlaw. Yeah, I mean, you had a pretty good year this year. It's hard, though, because of the years everyone else had. Like, you had a great year. There's no doubt about it. You look back, you won the championship last year, and you won teams this year, defended it finally. That monkey's off your back.
Yes.
But it's hard to argue that Dan and Kalinowski, those two had overall their years were just a little bit better.
I just wanted to be nominated.
Yeah.
The fact that I wasn't nominated for Player of the Year bothered me.
Yeah.
But what can you do? It's the way it goes down, and other people are going to argue, blah, blah, blah. I get that Bibbs was answering questions, got to the finals, but didn't win anything.
I know, but he made the finals.
Didn't win anything.
He made the finals.
So I respect the fact that people want
You
to
wouldn't
give
put
him
him in?
props.
You
I
wouldn't
mean,
put him in there?
just for the free for all alone.
Yeah.
It's
he
pretty
gets
incredible.
an edge on a lot of people.
Right.
Well, free for all, he played. I mean, granted, he didn't win, but he played for 3 titles. He played.
Right.
He played for the teams. 4. He played for the team's title twice and the singles title twice in the same year.
Great, but who do you respect, Dan Marino or Joe Montana?
No,
who do you
I-
respect more? That's what I'm asking you.
It's not a matter of I don't. For that reason, I don't think he should win.
Right,
But I
right.
think he should be nominated.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
But I thought I had a great year as well. I had a couple of losses, but overall, I thought I had a great year. But that being said, the fans vote. It's the way it goes down. It's perception.
I mean, Allen Iverson over Robert Horry.
Oh no.
Do you hear what he
You
said?
said no?
Yeah. No,
You said no?
I like Allen.
I was
Allen-
waiting. We were waiting for something.
No,
else.
I know.
because you're a Lakers fan.
But I can't give. I
can't say
give-
it?
I can't
Yeah.
say it.
Wait, how many rings does Ori have? Like
well,
7?
because
6.
Well, that's
6?
Ori has 7.
7 he does?
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause
okay.
he got one with
There's
the
a whole
Spurs.
song. There's
Oh,
a few. There's
Spurs,
a future.
right.
There's a future song about it.
Yeah,
but,
you're literally talking about like my number 2 player of all time.
Are you kidding me? Robert Horry is your number 2 all
Iverson.
time.
No,
Iverson.
Iverson.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
I was like,
One of the things I have
But I
to say
appreciate
here,
it. Thank you.
I saw a comment that came into, and I have to and thank you because some who people who hadn't been watching the Schmoedown before who found it through this show. So we have to find, like, and who have now discovered it and didn't understand it and saw, I don't know what that is. I'm just going to watch either the movie reviews or this. And now because we talk about it and everything, have started to binge it. Thank you. And I'm glad that people are finding, even people in the, and respectful criticisms I've never had a problem with. Like, even someone's like, I've never tried Schmoedown, I don't think it's for me. And I said, well, try this match. And I sent them a match, and they said, I was wrong. I loved it. So if you and to the opposite of that is some people say it's just not for me, and that's fair. But thank you all for who has tried it and who has understood it. And obviously, this is the Schmoedown Entertainment Network, so we are going to be talking about it and a lot more. And do not miss this backstage. What a mega backstage we're going to have at 12:30 today, so check that out for sure. Marshall Weeks, who starts out with Horseman! Rocha, you're my all-time favorite competitor. I flew down from Canada for the spectacular. Was so glad to see Rocha make it to the show and win. It was the best birthday present ever. Had so much fun at the expo. Good luck to the next season. Well, thank you so much. It was very nice. I
hated missing the expo, brother. That sucked. But I understood. I had to.
I told you not to come to the expo.
Yeah, you did. Because I was afraid to get people sick and whatever. I didn't want anybody to catch me.
And you would have been exhausted.
I would have been wrecked.
Yeah. Well, even Bibiani,
even more so.
Bibiani even said to me too, like, and he, after doing all of that, because he was standing the whole time, and he's really great with the fans.
He is. Really, all respect to Mitch for that. Absolutely,
he's great with the fans. And he just said to me, he's like, remind me next time. I don't know if I could do another one of these if I have to compete.
I told you that last year when I had to wait all through Spectacular at when we were recording it to compete.
Right. Eventually, it takes that out of you.
It does.
Like,
it exhausts you. You can't prep like you want.
That's not at a live event.
No, right.
He was talking to everybody, and he was exhausted before the thing ever started. So I think it definitely took something out of him. I did it for the Nookie. Good for you. Can we get a Drunk Brett movie review for the last movie that he saw?
Now I have to remember the last movie I saw.
That's part of your drunk review.
That's part of your drunk review. Start with
that.
Yeah.
Hey gang, it's Haskell 420
Thank you.
for Rocha
Still
and
gonna have to do
Winston.
it.
I share the MTS matches like crazy and tag you in your matches. But I also know some players don't like being tagged in the 10 or more tweets I share. If you don't want me to tag you in all of them, let me know.
That's nice.
Look at Haskell.
I appreciate
You don't want to get tagged?
No, I think Haskell and
Have you yelled at him?
I muted him or blocked him or something. And he went crazy about it. I think he made some kind of comment that I didn't like. So I was in that place where I was blocking people. After that Raylo shit, I started blocking.
Did you
people
unblock him?
Yeah, I unblocked him. We had a conversation.
Okay.
He's great.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, I like him. Tag me in what you want, brother.
Okay, there you go. So
I've been in like 4 matches, so
you don't mind what you take.
I don't give a shit. Hold on, let me see. 4.
You played in
5.
You guys had a good
6,
run in
7.
the World's Finest.
Yeah, I mean we were 2-2. Like we were and like beat 2 strong teams and barely lost. Well, got our ass whooped by the Shire Wolves, but barely lost to Corruption. Like had to hit their final 5-point question.
Yeah.
So that's why Eric's gonna get this work.
Toy Story 4.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
The kids, the joy of children was the part that made me go to this movie. But the movie touched my heart and it touched my soul. And I didn't touch my children. Don't get any weird things. The fuck did I just do?
Drunk movie reviews with Brett.
How does sober Brett ruin drunk Brett?
Exactly. I feel like I'm out of the party right now.
Why?
The other day, I was the one chugging the beers, and now I didn't take the shot. I gotta work.
I'll do it for him.
No, you won't.
God damn
I'll
it.
give it half a shot for him. You can
Have a shot.
Are y'all gonna split it?
What's that? No, we're gonna let half. Take it easy, RB3.
I'll have a little tiny.
That a girl.
You gotta go wet the lips.
All right, that a girl. All right, so that was his nice way of asking for a shot.
He's sipping shots?
Yeah. All right. Okay, listen to me. This is Vanel. Steak Sauce put it in the Schmoebot. Vanel put in, no, he said, this isn't a dig at Rocha. It's a genuine question. Can you grow a beard?
No.
No, okay.
I'm physically unable to grow a beard.
Okay, that's what they were asking. So I think
I wish I could have.
I think you'd look great with them. I don't say that. They said
You do a mustache, right?
I could do a mustache, but I look like I just robbed kids and put them in a van.
I saw
Yeah,
your.
I look like a
Your
terrorist.
high school mustache was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
You were like one of those kids that you looked like you were 60 when you were in high school, right?
Can you?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you curl it a little bit?
No,
And
I
go,
can't.
like,
I wish I could do
dastardly,
that. No, because
you
then
know?
I'd look like one of those guys who makes drinks at a fucking I hate those guys.
Oh, a hipster barter.
Hipster, yeah, those hipster.
Got it.
Right. Whenever I see one of those,
you have to go Snively Whiplash with that.
Oh my god! Whenever I see one of those, I walk into a bar. I just want to set it on fire.
Didn't I just have this
walk
conversation with you? But you can't grow shit either, right?
No.
Yeah. So
yeah.
we know RB3 can. Brett
yeah,
can.
I
Man,
envy
fuck
that
you,
beard.
dog. I wish I got all these fucking patches.
It's not that bad.
That's
No,
good,
but
man.
well, it's when it's a little bit more out, but there are patches on it. I wish I need to get that LeBron procedure like in the holes.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
I gotta tell you, that was a little hostile.
Look, man, horizontal oppression is a real thing. You would talk about social justice warriors. Wait a minute, Jesus. Black people be fighting, son.
Yeah, black people just love coming at each other.
Yo, nigga, what you said to me? Hey,
I didn't give him the warning.
okay, fine.
I served 8 years in the
I know.
military. That's not a lie.
Exactly.
No, it's
You know
true.
what I'm talking about.
I don't know a group of people that will hate and love on each other more than black people. Like real talk. One minute I'd be like, RB3, I see you, dog. Where the white women at? Hey, motherfucker, the white women are mine. Like at the same house.
You said that. It is. That's the thing. Like that's what happens with Latinos. We actually do the fight and then it's crying afterwards, hugging and sorry man,
Right.
all of that shit. But black people get all up in it and then they're cool. And I was like, I respect that.
It's very interesting. We love and hate at the same time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I respect it.
Compton in the house, Compton.
Right.
Got your thoughts?
All right,
So what's the title for that timestamp? I just want to know.
it's called We're Good.
Instead of women be shouting, black people be fighting.
Yeah. Steak sauce. Don't quote anything RB3 said in that too for the quote. Please. Villeneuve says we did that one already. Video punks. Rocha, what was your favorite planet cameo in Rise of Skywalker? Mine was Bespin. That's good.
They still don't let it go, do they?
Of course not.
When you're ready to sack up and do a match, you let me know.
Who gets more shit though? You think now? You for Bespin or Smets for Don't Tell Peter?
No, I think if Smets won the belt, he doesn't now. It's done.
You won the belt.
Huh? Yeah, I
won the
did.
belt.
I
You
did.
still
But
get
people
it.
just love needling.
What do you
Whereas
think the
Smets
biggest?
doesn't take
the
it as big
biggest,
as I do.
Some people rank the Don't Tell Peter as a bigger flub than even Bespin.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? No. I think it's a bigger flub.
Okay.
I think
Personally,
so because it's in the question. What
It's
did
in the
he tell
question.
Peter?
Yeah.
So to say the exact same thing.
I see what you're saying.
because the only
That's fair.
reason it's a mess up for you is because you were hosting a Star Wars show
At the time, yeah,
There are
yeah.
other people who are not hardcore Star Wars fans that could miss that question.
There were a lot of people actually in the comments who were like, I didn't even know Bespin was the answer.
Right.
I remember on
Yeah.
the YouTube comments, a lot of people didn't know Bespin was the answer.
Smets. I think that was probably
Okay.
Smets because some people throw the Clark Wolf South Side, but that's one word.
Oh,
That
no.
should- I don't call that at all.
Because
I don't
that
even put
was
that in the same thing. I don't even put that in the same thing.
And Clark had gotten over a judgment that she was upset about, so it was a little bit of that going on as well.
Shit. That was that. To me, that's the most heartbreaking loss.
Yes, absolutely. And I witnessed that because I didn't want to watch the match.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, I got to see who I'm going to face.
Right.
And I got in the studio and watched it. I felt so bad. I tried to comfort Clark, and she wasn't happy.
Nah.
Because she was just so mad.
She is a straight up competitor.
Yeah, I said to her, I was like, I'm so sorry.
She's
She's
one of
like,
my-
I don't want to talk to you right now. I
She's
was like,
straight up one of my favorite competitors of all time.
Right.
She was so like when she was in it, like she was just like she's like you. She's like you.
yeah,
So
I
where
was just going to say, if me and Clark ever teamed up as a
know.
team,
or played each other,
people would be eviscerated.
I love Clark.
physically and on the table.
People used to ask me who my favorite competitors are to watch.
Yeah.
It was you, Dan, and Clark.
Yeah.
those are my to watch back because always exciting. Always, look at the match. Like people don't give Clark enough credit on all the matches she's been.
I don't disagree.
That Ethan match, the Kalinowski match is never talked about.
Yeah.
That Kalinowski match is one of the best matches all time.
Yeah.
Sudden death and everything too. Clark is one of the most fierce and just great competitors that the league's ever seen.
I think she's one of the greatest singles champions that never were.
Right.
Singles champion.
Right.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
fair. If she had stayed longer, I
She
think
would've gotten
she'd
it.
have gotten it
Yeah.
eventually.
She would have gotten it, for sure.
A lot of people were saying Mike Kalinowski to Sam Jones when he sang the Flash Gordon song.
It's a big one. That's a big flub too. That's a
Just
big
because
flub.
he was so
He was
adamant about
Do you
it
know
and
what
everything.
happened?
got
That was
wrong
the
answer.
beginning of the end, brother.
So Mike was playing Snyder for a chance to play Oyama for the title.
and
So-
he'd have killed Oyama.
And it looks like it's possible that he would have taken this. He would have been 3-belt champion if he
Yep.
beat Oyama. So the question is who in Ted were the idols, right?
Yeah.
Like which favorite movie character?
What 80s movie? Yeah.
What movie character? So before he really heard the whole question, he says, "Mr. Flash." I'm like, oh, he's got it. Sam Jones, it was the actor who played Flash Gordon, but the question was about Flash Gordon,
Yeah,
so he missed it.
sings the theme song. He's like,
Flash, and we're like, oh, he got it. Because when he said it,
Sam Jones.
I'm sitting on the desk, and he goes, Flash, oh, he's got it. Mr. Sam Jones, and he's playing against Snyder.
Yeah.
Not going to let you have that.
Nope.
And it's like, oh, no. And then what I did, and I never do this, I wanted to see, I was so curious to what would happen, because Mike would have hit his 3, and then Snyder would have had to hit his 3 and his 5. Snyder, I asked him the question. Snyder missed both his 3 and his 5. Mike would have won and gone to play for the championship.
That's how close he was to being a 3-belted champion.
Yeah.
And now he's
People
a
don't
no-belted
realize that.
champion.
Oh, you love doing that. To
Well, you know, he smashed my mask. He shouldn't have done that. And I got to use that Flash Gordon song, which I think got under his head when we played in singles.
I think so.
I came out to that song, the theme song from
It
the
was
Flash.
good.
He was not happy.
No,
it was
I don't-
funny.
Well, poor Mike.
This is why it's bullshit that he just gets to be protected on a fucking
He's
team.
not
and
protected.
shit.
Oh, on a team.
On corruption.
Well, the first top 5.
Not him.
Oh, him.
Why?
Oh,
What?
okay.
Why is it bullshit?
He wants to
Okay,
draft.
you
He wants
want
to
me.
draft. He wants to draft. You guys would be. He'd be good. Good manager.
Oh, Winston would be great. I'd
Yeah.
love to be.
I told Winston on the phone yesterday, I think Winston's going to be one of the best managers we've ever seen in this.
I agree.
league.
Winston
Yeah.
thrives in that situation. Don't put him on the table.
He's a
but
sports
put him
guy.
on his. He's also a sports guy.
Well, you know, and that was the funny thing too, is that like I didn't get to talk a lot of shit when we played.
Yeah, because
maybe could have gotten in your head, but it's
Oh,
fine.
when we played. Oh, with me. Nah.
He's saying general. Yeah, you'll
I've
be
had
able to-
better than you come after.
Who's the best
Not
shit talker
really.
you ever went up against? Guy?
Good question. No, Guy was easy.
Oh.
Guy was easy because I just
'Cause
had
you
to
knew
stay
where he was coming from.
I didn't have to
Yeah.
play into
Yeah.
because I've been Guy in my 20s,
Right.
And I was like, oh, I know how
You
to
knew
play
where
this.
he was coming from.
Yeah, that was easy.
Who got under your skin the most?
Oh, Kalinowski.
Kalinowski.
That's undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Like, Bibbs got under my skin because he never respected me.
Yeah.
That bothered me. But Kalinowski got under my skin because we have 20 years of friendship.
Right.
So he knew what to say and how to do it. And he didn't even tell me he was going to do it. We're friends.
You were so lucky that he got classics, though. He had you dead to rights.
I put that on the wheel.
I know, but he had you dead
on
to rights.
purpose. Oh, yeah. But he
did.
did. He was coming out in the
His
first
round was
right.
great.
Right.
But he shit the bed so bad in the second round, nobody remembers the first round.
But I thought it was karma because I was like, he's going to put Bond on the wheel or whatever. But then I put the classics on there. I knew 70s and classics were going to unsettle him. And if he got it, I had his ass. So when he swung it,
Hold on,
I was like, oh, yeah.
Chinchilla Dave, get lost, will you? For God's sakes, go to another show. Fuck off. Hey, guys, let's talk about the most anticipated movies. Let's do it.
on top of the fact that we always do it in the second
I know,
hour.
it's just fucking annoying. Get lost. Just fucking get lost.
Get lost.
Go somewhere else. So let's start with what movies are coming out anticipated that you guys are really looking forward to in 2020. I am very curious to hear your thoughts. Nobody has
Rogue
an idea?
One Part 2.
Rogue One Part 2?
No.
Rogue 2.
Rogue 2.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
I took the 1 and made it a 2 because it was the second movie. That's what I did.
Did I turn into an old Jewish lady?
What if it's Saul Guerrero's
Coffee
return?
talk.
But there's die on the planet.
All right, let me go through. You know, we'll do it this way. I'm going to go through some of these movies in January. Stop me when there's something that you give a shit about. Okay. January 3rd is The Grudge. I guess whether it's a remake or whatever. The Informer. Like a Boss, Underwater, 1917 gets expanded wide. That's
great.
And Just Mercy gets expanded wide. Both great.
The Gentleman's up there too. The new Guy Ritchie film with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
That's the one I was.
When is
gonna
that coming out?
point out.
25th.
That's January 25th.
And Bad Boys for Life is in January.
All right, let me get to that.
I was
wondering
gonna
how
say,
McCool's been doing with all of this, advertising, because there's a new commercial every couple days.
Yeah.
If Just Mercy is good, I will come on here and apologize to Michael B.J. I promise. I promise.
You don't stop calling him Michael B.J.
I was gonna say that's like slight
probably the
shade
first
right
one.
there.
Slight.
Disrespectful.
I would love it if Michael would call in just once. That'd be the best.
I'm telling you,
Just to see him stumble over his
the
words.
day I
as he's
get
talking
him
to
for an interview, I'm having RB3 in that fucking room.
absolutely.
Would you sit in that room for that one?
Oh, for sure. I'll tell him to his face.
Yeah.
No, you would not tell him.
You
to
just
his
heard
face,
what we
you
said
lying sack
about.
of shit.
You just heard what we said about black people cross sniping each other. Of course, he has to be here for that.
He'll jump up. That's for sure.
You're telling me that if Michael B. Jordan was in the room, you tell him that you don't like his face acting?
I tell him, I literally say, bro, like, you got to get a better agent. Like, you got to
You would
pick
say
better movies.
you would say that in the room?
Yes.
You're full of shit.
Bro, this right here. This is RB3. This little assassin. He's ready for that. He's ready for that.
Yeah. All right. Let's.
Movies coming out in January.
Yeah. So let me read the rest of them. So January 17th is Bad Boys for Life. Doolittle. That movie's gonna be a disaster. So some of these movies that come out in January, like Bad Boys for Life, come out in January, scares me. Doolittle is going to be a disaster. And the last Full Measure. What is that one? Anyone know what that is? Nope. No one knows what that is. No. Okay, but Bad Boys for Life.
I don't know.
I don't know. It could be one of those movies in January that does something. I don't think so either.
Dropping it in January is not a bad idea.
But the gentleman in January could be something because it's smaller. It doesn't need to do like gangbusters business in order to be a success. What's Run? Do we know what Run is?
No.
All right, so Run, I'm checking out what Run is right now. So Run, starring no one because there's too many cachets here. What the hell fuck is happening? Nobody knows.
Could be an animated film.
Dr. Dolittle comes out in January.
Yeah, we talked about that one.
No one's going to see that, bro.
The Last Full
looks like
Measure
trash.
seems like a war film, like a retrospective flashback war film starring.
What's the Turning? What's the Turning? We're sticking on in the January the release date. January 24th is the Turning. So look, when I mention these up, Ben. So Run and the Turning. Do some research on them, see if they're worth a damn. Then I saw the January 31st is What, you got something?
The Turning is a horror film starring
Okay.
Mackenzie Davis
Makes
and Finn
sense.
Wolfhard.
Okay. Finn Wolfhard is in everything.
Yeah, he is.
They got to stop you overusing
It's
that
only
poor
the
kid.
kids from It, because I just watched another trailer with the girl from It. I can't think of
Millie
her
Bobby
name.
Brown?
No, the girl from It, not Stranger
Oh,
Things.
Sorry. Yeah.
She was in
Sophia
Sharp
Lillis.
Objects,
She's
too.
the one
Yes.
Nancy Drew.
Redhead. Yeah.
Redhead.
That's right, Redhead. So let's see. January 31st is Grant Still and Heddle, the rhythm section, and then we started getting into February, and this is where things could get better. February 7th is Birds of Prey. That one I'm very interested about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's alternate timeline DC stuff. It's not like it doesn't connect to the alternate universe. right?
Really?
That's what they said.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what
Kathy,
they said,
yeah.
Fantasy Island. You don't like that? You don't like that?
That was disrespectful.
You don't like that?
What,
It's
the alternate
connected.
universe?
No, I didn't like
Rocha
Rocha's joke.
said.
I didn't like Rocha's joke.
Oh, okay.
That's what she said. No, that's what Kathy Ann said, the director.
She didn't
said
say
alternate timeline.
I thought you meant the off.
So what's the one with disrespectful?
We do need a soundbite that says disrespectful. I guess you just hear you.
I'm
just do it.
still working.
You got to get the Stephen A. Smith. That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I was gonna get the Stephen A. Stay off the weed.
Yeah, stay off the weed.
Talking about face acting. That's Stephen A. Smith.
Fantasy Island.
Have you seen him? Have you seen him on Days of Our Lives? Oh shit!
$8 million to yell into a mic. I wish.
that what happened to you?
Oh yeah, new deal. They renegotiated.
Wow. Fantasy Island, The Photograph, Sonic the Hedgehog finally coming out.
I'm actually excited about it now.
Sonic?
Yeah.
Because they put all that money into it?
It looks like I don't know if maybe some of those jokes were already still in there, but it
Yeah.
looks like they did reshoots on top of the editing because
They need people to come see that movie now that all the money they put
Oh
into it.
yeah.
But they didn't even put that much. If I remember, they only put like another 10 mil into
Oh, is that
it?
all?
For that movie, that's a lot of money.
No,
That's not like Star Wars doing it. That's like
I mean,
It's not gonna make any
sure,
cash.
sure, but I don't know, man.
because that's you got that's another 10 million you have to make for opening weekend.
Right.
now.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
think I honestly, because I don't know if you saw, it was only 5. See,
Five?
so on top of that, the big thing is their market's not really going to be here. Their market really is going to be Asia.
Yeah,
I
overseas.
agree.
Like Japan in particular,
Sony.
they are
Yeah.
blasting the hell out of
Totally.
it, and they are getting a massive response because of that Baby
Yeah.
Sonic, which the people were like, "Who's cuter, Baby Sonic or Baby
Baby
Yoda?"
Yoda.
It's not a question, but
No, you're right. Overseas could save that movie like that.
Yeah.
And you know, you kind of rooting for it because, and it's not that they were catering to fans. I think that this is a certain aspect where they realize it looks stupid.
it looked terrible.
It didn't look like the character you knew. And,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they said, okay, the fans are going to be pissed off. And I hope, this is what I hope, that the fact that the studio did listen and the directors did listen, that the fans go and support it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit about the movie, but I wasn't a big Sonic fan. I didn't care about how the hell the thing looked. But I think that you should, if you complained about it, you
Right.
should see the movie now.
My issue wasn't even the construction of something. My issue was that trailer was not funny at all. And it
Well-
was Jim Carrey doing 90s humor, and you're like,
totally
you
forgot
walked
he was
past this. Wait, you've walked past this 3 decades ago. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that was his own like kind of homage, like nod back to himself or whatever.
maybe.
But for me, it was playing Gangster's Paradise.
Oh, yeah.
As the song. When has Sonic ever been a thug?
Right.
Like not never.
No,
Right.
it's a problem that Sony does that shit all the time. They did it with Smurfs and they
Yeah,
do it
like
all
that
the
first trailer, someone re-edited it and put "Can't Touch This" by it, and it made it a million times better.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, just like because it makes sense because he's running fast too.
Right.
Yeah,
I
right,
can't
right,
touch
right,
this. I
right.
get that. I
Right.
get that.
You see what I did there?
This guy's hacking everybody's bits.
Yeah. He doesn't just steal bagels.
No, he just steals bits too. He stole disrespectful. He did the whole thing, but he gets laughs on it. So hey, it's like Carlos Mencia all over again. All right, so February.
Wow.
February 20.
That was the meanest thing someone's ever said to me
I
on the
think that's
show.
a fair assessment.
I had another another joke, but I'm not saying it on air. February 21st, Brahma the Boy 2. I don't know what that is. Call you know what it is?
No, no clue.
Call of the Wild sounds like an animated film.
Call of the Wild's the Harrison Ford one.
Oh, with the dog.
With the CGI dog.
JTE had a funny tweet. He's like, I want the director's cut because this dog is CGI. He's like, I want the director's cut of Harrison Ford just out in the wild talking to himself the whole time.
That actually sounds pretty
probably
good.
what he didn't even know they were filming.
No. right.
Just follow him around. What's going on? Is that a dog? What is that?
Is that an ice flow?
Get out of here. That's not the way this shit works.
George didn't do it this way.
No. I will say that the thing that Jamie Costa and Josh Robert Thompson did, the deep fake video collider with him playing Harrison Ford. Holy shit, did you see it? It's so.
I could have done without the poop jokes, but everything else was hilarious.
Was there a lot of poop jokes?
Yeah, because it's like you don't need to with those guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when he made the joke in the round table about the prequels and flatulence, I thought that was genius.
Right.
But they kind of leaned into it for a couple of minutes with them, and I was. But everything else,
funny.
Absolutely funny. Costa and Thompson are incredible.
Good. February 28th is The Invisible Man.
Yes, which
I'm
looks
actually looking
great.
forward to that.
Curious about it. I'm curious.
Yeah.
The one that this is one of my most anticipated movies, I think. Hands down, if I was going to make a top 10 list, it makes it in maybe the top 5, and that's Onward, the animated film. It is Pixar, I believe.
It is Pixar,
and it is everything I see in this movie. It's still there? Oh, it's not over there.
This is the first time that Pixar's doing 2 original films in the same
year.
With Soul and with Onward.
Well, didn't they do that with was it Disney when they did the Good Dinosaur? No, they did too. It was Good Dinosaur and Toy Story.
Well, that's a sequel and
Oh, you're saying 2 originals?
Two
I see what
originals.
you're saying. I see what you're saying.
What I'm hearing from people
Yeah.
that I know in the sources is that Onward is not that good.
Get out of here.
Soul is the one that's really incredible. So we'll see.
Really?
We'll see. Who knows?
I don't like that.
Did you get to the end of the February list?
Yes.
What kind of bums me out RB3, I don't know if you feel the same way, is that now 2 years in a row we had like a big well, I guess we didn't last year. I take that. Well, we had Us. Never mind. I was going to say 3 years in a row we've had like 3 major black movies come out one way or the other. That was like a general populist movie that everybody can see, but like we had Get Out in 2017, Black Panther 2018, Us last year. So it kind of bums me out that there isn't one this year.
Bad Boys for Life.
But Soul, that's January.
I'm
saying I know
Cold.
February, specifically February, which seems weird, but like as much as I have my whole issues with Black History Month one way or the other, but there is something about it that was like cool. This is like the whatever for whatever reason it's like a cultural like something happens, you know. So I'm a little bummed that there's not something this year.
I think they should have put Bad Boys in February. I think that would have been.
That would have been great. That would have been great.
Yeah, good point. That's also what scares me about that movie. Is that maybe
it's in January.
It might just not be
and that's the other thing.
And they're 60
when was the last movie that Martin did? Because like Will he's done movies
he
recently.
He did the Beach Bum last year with Matthew McConaughey.
Did he?
The Harmony Korine film.
Yeah.
It was like a
But it was
tiny
a small
part. It was a
role.
bunch of vignettes.
Welcome home,
basically.
Roscoe Jenkins.
Okay.
Bro.
You know, I'll tell you what I want to. You know what I want to.
Is it?
You know what I just want to see also March 6th is The Way Back with Ben Affleck.
Yes,
I think
that looks
it's
like a
ballsy,
drunk
man.
Hoosiers.
But he's going after what you know. It's like the fact that he can tackle that particular role after his struggles. You got to applaud him for that and see how he handles it. So I'm curious for that one. The Way Back is something I want to see.
I think it's Gavin O'Connor too, who did Warrior and whatever. So that looks great.
Miracle.
Yeah, Miracle.
Bloodshot. I don't know what Bloodshot.
Oh yeah,
is.
that's the Vin Diesel one.
Okay. Oh,
comic book hero one.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know
terrible.
about that one.
I love Bloodshot too. It's
I Still Believe, My Spy. Just cut me off if there's stuff that you guys want to talk about. March. What's that?
Mulan in March. That was the big
Let
one.
me go over the release dates, and they said cut me off when you hear them. That's not until like the 27th.
Just like a young kid, just like a young kid, just get too quick.
Yeah. March 13th, Bloodshot. I Still Believe, My Spy. March 15th, King Kong. They say Special Engagement. Okay, never mind. March 20th, The Quiet Place Part 2, which trailer came out looks pretty good.
Yeah,
That's great.
Pretty good,
right?
So I think we're
Still
okay
gotta
with
see
that
the first one.
You got to see this.
Still gotta see the first
one's
Dude.
good. Yeah,
Get
because I know
ready.
you're not a big horror guy, but this isn't really. It's more like sci-fi thriller.
Well, it's like Bird Box, right? Anybody else in here see Bird Box?
That was the thing. That was the one thing about the trailer is that Bird Box was so compared to Quiet Place, and the opening scene of Quiet Place 2 is in the car, which is how Bird Box starts when they're driving in the car and everything starts going to shit. And I was like, that's a little too similar, but I'm glad that it's like sequel and prequel.
Yeah.
Because everyone wanted to see how this invasion started.
Yeah.
Just like like a few monsters here and there can wipe out the whole planet. So I like that part, but it was very similar Bird Box.
Plus, having Cillian Murphy in there gives you that 28 days later, 28 weeks later kind of vibe in it as well.
Hunsu too.
Huh? Oh, Djimon Hounsou. Well, Hounsou's in everything. Hounsou's in every franchise ever made in the history of mankind. It's
really
incredible.
Yeah.
I just thought about what I'm anticipating for 2020, and it has nothing to do with movies.
Okay.
They are rebooting Supermarket Sweep, as I posted on
you
Twitter
did say
today.
that. I saw
All
that.
of it is on Amazon Prime. Leslie Jones is hosting it. I am so excited about this, bro.
That's pretty fun. That's pretty fun.
I am very upset that I'm getting further and further into the industry. I mean, not really, but I kind of am, because that means I can never be on the show. And I really want. I've dreamt of this since I was 5.
You want to do it? All
Want
right.
to do Supermarket Sweep?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Hey guys, I don't know if you know this, but March 27th, Mulan comes out.
You don't say.
I saw the trailer again when I took my daughter to see Rise of Skywalker the other day. He talked about it again. I took her to see it, and she was so excited. She didn't know they were doing a live action remake of it, and she looked and she was just, because my daughter's all into martial arts and all that stuff, like warriors are like that's her shit. So she's watching. She's very pumped for it. This to me looks like it could be the best conversion from an animated film, because it's so. The way that I've always described, I think the best working versions of these transfers have been the ones where they've taken the lore of the actual animated ones that worked and expanded on them. I think Cinderella worked really well. I thought the Jungle Book worked really well. The ones that people have had issues with are like the straight up no difference remakes, like Lion King. I think Aladdin was a bit of was kind of in the middle for me. The ones that I don't like, I like the Lion King and Aladdin. The ones I don't like are the Alice in Wonderlands and the Dumbo and Maleficent of this. Like, it's essentially a sequel that the director decides this is a sequel that has nothing to do with anything that you liked in the past. Right. This doesn't seem like that. This seems like the Cinderellas and stuff.
I think Bibiani's calling in right now.
Is he?
Said they were live action.
Oh yeah, they
not
said
animated.
Sniper.
I'm a real critic, so I will tell you what the truth is.
What's he sleeping or something? Do you not tune in?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Bear hibernating.
He's finally
One I'm
sitting.
looking forward to is Mulan. That's my Disney live action. As soon as they announced it, I was ready for it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think it'll work too without the music. I'm not gonna lie that was something that took me a little off,
The
because there's
trailer
some of
did
my
good with like putting it as the score.
Right.
Like the Reflection song was under
No, I
there.
agree.
We'll Make a Man Out of You was under there. So I like that.
No. I appreciate that. I just think it's Mulan has some of my favorite songs out of like all of Disney.
But they cut all the songs out.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing.
I also like how they're like, we're gonna take away all the magical elements, and they literally start the trailer with like a witch who turns into a dove or whatever.
It's a fair point.
All right, let's see. So going down the line here, because I want to make sure we get to the streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown questions and super chat. So let's keep going through it. There's stuff that we want to talk about here. Cut me off. Fatherhood. What's that sound? Is that you? It's somebody's microphone. It's somebody's microphone. Let's turn Ben's microphone off until we need to talk to him. April 3rd is Fatherhood. The Lovebirds. The New Mutants finally coming out after 6 years on the shelf. Bullshit. Yeah.
I believe it when I actually see it.
Yeah, who knows?
Are you actually gonna see it? Because I'm not.
I'll buy a ticket, walk in. As soon as it starts, I'll go, okay, it's out. And then I'll leave.
You get the second one right after Cats. And then Peter Rabbit 2, which surprisingly, Peter Rabbit 1 was not that you fuckers are going to say it. It was sweet,
right?
Really? Yeah, man. I saw it with my daughter, and like I take her to all those movies, and I'm like, some of them are painful to sit through, right? Like I couldn't, like Lady and the Tramp was rough, but this was.
Your daughter's not out here trying to murder people with peanuts now?
No. It was.
That's the best controversy.
I was gonna say, that's how I knew we had gone.
Was there controversy about
the
rap?
Yes. Oh yeah. There was a bunch of moms that started protesting, like, we're not gonna take our kids to this movie because you're encouraging people to not care about peanut allergies for children. Like, all of a sudden they're gonna think it's funny to give their friend a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Wait, was this from Peter Rabbit too? Peter Rabbit
first one. Yes.
We have a special guest. You're talking about an animated movie. What's wrong with you? Writing a letter about a cartoon rabbit. What are you doing?
Bro.
Oh my God.
We've gone too far, man.
What is happening in this world?
It's like we opened the door to actually legitimate concerns. And
Ben
now
got
it's
offended
gone
and
crazy.
walked out.
Yeah. He's a peanut allergy. You don't steal peanuts.
Oh my!
Went to go grab his EpiPen.
Sniper, no sniping.
It's like someone just choked on a carrot while you were writing this letter. Oh, fucking idiots! All right. All right, cool. Let's. We find out that McCougar wrote the letter.
Is he allergic to peanuts?
Or maybe almonds or something like that.
It's not peanuts. I think
that was the only one that's okay.
It's not,
everything else except peanuts.
Yeah.
April 10th, No Time to Die. Monster.
Yeah.
That's
Bond.
Bond, of course. That's
that
a
looks
good
fantastic.
time. April is a great time for that to come out.
Yep.
Yes.
Right before the summer really hits. That'll be like the real big summer movie, if you will. It's going to crush. That movie's going to absolutely crush. April 17th, Monster Problems. Trolls World Tour, another animated film that I liked. I don't like the trailer for the second one, but the first one was pretty damn good. I like the first one. Monster Problems, I don't know what that is. May 1st, we got Black Widow. This is where all the stuff starts going down. Black Widow looks pretty exciting.
Yep.
So far, of everything I've seen, I think that one's going to be, that one is up there for me.
I feel like it's gonna feel like Winter Soldier. I feel like it's gonna
maybe more in that tone for sure. Florence Pugh.
If they can, if they can capture the same element of Winter Soldier, a lot of people argue that's the best MC movie that ever came out.
I agree.
It's in my top 5 for sure, and I think that this has a chance to set this tone for this next phase.
I'm curious to how they play it, and right now you could you won me with Florence Pugh. She's probably my favorite new actress working today.
Yeah,
she's incredible.
She's so good.
May 8th is Covers, Greyhound, Legally Blonde 3. Is that something that's
What?
happening?
Jesus Christ.
On what platform?
Well, the way the movies work are, they put the movie in the thing from what they tell me, and then it beams out like a Star Wars thing and hits the screen, and people put the popcorns in the faces and watch it.
Christian.
Yes?
I don't know if you remember,
Who's
but
this?
the Irishman. The Irishman.
Yes?
Even though it did come out in a couple of screens, ended up on Netflix.
Yeah, but not until after this
Bird
the
Box
theater, sweetie.
ended
That was
up
the whole
on
thing.
Netflix.
Yeah, but that was a
Is
different
it 3? Because wasn't there a third one, like a direct-to-DVD third one? Because there's 2 with Reese Witherspoon.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Let me hold the mic and scream it from over here.
Wait, we told him all day, like, don't hold the mic too close.
Too close enough. Find that middle ground. Find that middle ground.
Man.
You can do it.
A little bit closer.
Go, put it outside in the tree.
You still doubting? You know what? I'll have 2 boxes of bagels, RB3.
Ben, by the way, I'm not saying anything. Like,
No, you're just sweating as you have to adjust the volume every time. All right, May 8th.
RB3,
Yeah, sure. What's May 15th is Scoob, whatever that is.
That's the they're rebooting Scooby Doo.
Are they really? Oh,
It's
right.
like
That's
it's like
stupid. Right.
Illumination, right? Or
I think no, it's Warner Brothers. Yeah, probably Illumination through Warner Brothers. Right? No. Isn't that Universal?
Yeah, Universal with
I don't know, whatever the tag
Despicable
or
Me.
WAG, whatever it is. Untitled Saw film. They're doing another one of those. The Woman in the Window with that's Amy
looks
Adams. Yeah, bless you. May 22nd, we get another Fast and Furious movie. That just reminded me something.
Go away.
Wait,
ring it.
I do want to see Fast and Furious, but I have to bring up a great story that happened the other day with my
Does it do with Tyrese?
No, my 2-year-old daughter. I'm cooking and I hear, and she rips one, right? And I go, God bless you. And she goes, no, Dada, no bless you. She is fault. And she goes, bless you nose, fault butt. I was like, that's my daughter.
what made you think of Fast and Furious?
No, it was something I said. No, it was when someone called for us.
You know what's crazy? That's still a better Asian accent than Winston did.
Asian.
Yeah.
His
daughter is
not
Asian?
I'm just saying, that sounded better, like a better Asian accent.
Whoa.
Rocha.
I have to go to the bathroom.
He was doing the Jet Li, I'm saying.
All right. Let's get May 22nd, Fast and
That's
Furious 9.
because I'm not trying to get hired by SNL and then fired by SNL.
That's fair.
Within 24 hours. That's
fair.
why.
And you're also actually trying to make a joke and not just be racist.
That's also true.
May 22nd, Fast and Furious 9. I'm curious about it for sure. The SpongeBob movie comes out, Sponge on the Run. Woo! Artemis Fowl, which is a big Disney property that they're putting a lot of money into, so we'll see how that comes out. June 20th is Wonder Woman 1984.
Hell yeah.
Everybody looking forward to that.
Hell yeah.
What can Patty Jenkins bring to the table again with 84? When I saw the initial thing at Comic-Con, wasn't too excited. Then the actual trailer came out. Was very excited to understand more what the movie's about. And it seems more similar to the tone of the first one than I had worried it wasn't. So I'm pretty pumped about it.
She's riding the lightning, son.
Yep.
Looks great.
Candyman remake, June 12th. Judd Apatow, Pete Davidson project.
Oh,
I don't
wait,
buy.
wait.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Just with Candyman, if I remember correctly,
Jordan Peele.
yes.
it.
Oh, is he? I thought about that was the whole thing. Maybe I'm getting confused
Might
with
be
another
directing
property.
it, too.
But LeBron James, was he not a part of
That's Space
producing
Jam
that?
too.
No, I know, but there was a horror movie that he's also producing that he picked up. It might be Friday the 13th.
It's
It might be Friday
NBA
the 13th.
playoffs.
It might be Friday the 13th.
Sorry,
but there is some horror franchise that he's
It is.
also.
It's the second half of the season. It'll be a horror franchise.
That's what I
trust
just
me.
my
Man.
joke.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Oh man.
That injury. is-
Right.
Disrespectful.
Okay, Stephen A.
That groin injury is real. He will not be as good as he was in the first half of the season.
Friday the 13th.
It's not bad.
Friday the 13th.
I mean, you know. Thank you.
Let's
Thank you.
stick. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to because if we can't get,
Oh yeah,
to,
you got to get the questions.
we got to get to all the questions. So Wonder Woman 1984, Candyman, Judd Apatow, Pete Davidson doing a movie together. I don't know what that one's about. That's when Soul comes out. Soul is another movie that,
can't wait for that.
like we were just hearing the Disney movie, not Pixar though, it's Disney. That Soul is it
Who's-
Disney?
who's-
Is it Pixar? It might be. I'm not sure.
think it is
Soul.
Pixar.
I think it's
Soul
Pixar.
is Pixar, yeah.
I'm gonna go check that out.
All right, go to let us know.
Who's the voice of in Soul? Who's the main?
Jamie
character?
Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
There's a lot. I think
I didn't mean to.
there's
And Tina Fey. Tina Fey, I think, plays the soul that he's trying to
okay.
say.
Nice. Okay.
I like what I've seen so far with that movie.
I have a quick question because I know a lot of people were saying that there's a lot of movies like Spies in Disguise, and I want to ask Winston RB3 this, like that you have a black main character, but he turns into something else that isn't a black person. Like, how do y'all like? I've seen a lot of like tweets and viral stuff and articles about it. I was wondering, I really want to know how y'all feel about that. I thought that's what you were going to bring up. About February.
No, not in particular, but I mean that it is an interesting thing because it's something I remember about when The Princess and the Frog came out. With like, we finally have a black Disney princess, and then she got turned into a frog within like 30 minutes. It is a thing, and it is a problem one way or the other. I mean, because the whole point is supposed to be representation, and if they're not really represented on the screen, it's kind of hard. But it's a whole nother long-winded conversation, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what I think we're gonna do because we do have to get to the rest of these questions. So maybe what we'll do is we'll continue on. We'll go to July, and then we'll.
You want to do the next half tomorrow or something?
That's what I
like
was
that?
thinking.
Yeah.
So maybe go
July through
the end.
December?
We'll finish to the end of June, and then July through the end of the year. We'll do on tomorrow's show.
Sounds good.
So June, Wonder Woman 84, Judd Apatow, In the Heights, Top Gun, Maverick. That's in my top 5.
I finally opened it.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
Not yet. Just because.
When you borrowed that movie from me, do you know what you said?
What?
You said I'm going to watch it tonight and I'll have it back to you tomorrow. That was a week and a half.
I
ago.
remember.
You one of those people?
I don't know. No, just
right.
with this, just because it's very weird. There's a lot of stuff going on, et cetera, et cetera. But I literally, as soon as it's done, I'm going to the gym and
you
watch
watch
Top
it?
Gun.
All right.
That's all I got on the docket today.
I'll give you a little bit of weed to watch it with it too.
Aw.
Oh,
It's good stuff.
What?
is that the stuff I got you? Or?
Yeah. Is it yours? I thought it was a gift.
No, it's a gift. I'm just a little taken aback.
Well, it was great.
taken
You should be.
aback.
I'm gonna give him a little piece.
Oh, yeah, give him
It's
a sample.
delicious.
Give him
I'm
a
not gonna give him the whole thing. You got
Did
fucking
you, did you grow it?
It's a show.
No, he got it from me.
Oh.
And last night I came
Did
in
you
here.
say hell no?
No.
Nah,
Last
I
night.
want to.
No,
eventually.
last night
yeah.
I came in here. I had a little. It was very nice. It was
good?
Yeah. Sorry, mom.
Yeah.
And it was good. I enjoyed myself. Thank you very
Glad you
much.
like
And
that.
then
Glad you
In the Heights is the.
I was in the Heights last night.
Yeah.
You see what I did there? I connected it back to the fact you said Heights, and I got size skunk in the woods. Like my friend Dan, I told you guys that story with on this story too. You know, it was I had to take a shit.
Oh yeah.
So I stopped by my friend's house and I knocked on his door, and it was hot out and the door's locked, and I can't really take a shit. It was hot. It's like 98 degrees out. So I walk over there and the shed was open. So I opened up the shed. I was gonna take a shit and bury it, but instead I saw the Giants helmet. So I'm a Cowboys fan, so I shit in the helmet, buried in the backyard. True story.
God.
All right.
True story.
True story. And then In the Heights, Top Gun Maverick. Very excited for that. And that wraps up June. We'll get to July and the rest of them tomorrow. Brett, leave the door open. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then I want to get to the Streamlabs questions because I want to answer all of them. And thanks, Ben.
No, I was trying to use the force.
Oh, that's fine. Video Punks. Hey, Rocha, we asked that one already. All Out Movies. Happy New Year, SEN fam. Can we get Barack Obama as Don Corleone in The Godfather with Gary Busey asking him for a favor on the day of his daughter's wedding? Also, thank you for the shout-out, Kristian, on the Spectacular 4 silent film. Glad you dug it. I loved it, by the way. Thank you for doing that. Did you see the silent film?
What's the silent film?
Oh, dude, he did a spectacular silent film.
Who is
with
this? Who's this?
This guy, All Out Movies. Here,
Okay.
right? And I tweeted it out, and it's like
I'm
a
a fan.
full-out like silent film, but he's
Yeah.
got people interviewing, and it's like subtitles and stuff. It's with the music in the back. It's great. All right, so here is Barack Obama as Don Corleone and Gary Busey. So I guess walking in.
Mr. Corleone, I have a problem. My daughter and her wedding. I need a favor, and also I'd like to have some of these pasta here. Is this yours?
You come to me,
Yes.
the day of Sasha's wedding, asking me for a favor.
Yes.
When you know I cannot pardon you anymore, Gary. I do not have that power anymore.
Pardon me, I had a little bit too many of those meatballs.
Those were for my mother. Fur, what the hell?
It was good.
I think I just had like a mini stroke.
No. 420 Friendly put in a Schmoebot. Wiley Todd, question. I'm in my last semester of my senior year of high school, and my friends have been splitting apart, and I feel I do a lot for them, and has never reciprocated. They are making excuses to not hang out. I feel like I should restart after school. Thoughts? Listen, man, this is something I actually even told my daughter and something my dad told me, too. You have a lot of different friends throughout your life. My good friend James I've been friends with since kindergarten. There are a lot of people I met throughout my life that, because of Facebook and other things, too, I reconnected with. There's no such thing as Facebook. Don't know if I ever would have reconnected with these people, right? They're close friends. Most of my close friends I met probably through college and when I got out here. So, people change in your life and you move on, but you can't. I wouldn't. Don't let shit. This is what I'm learning. Another thing. Don't let shit eat you up. It's like there's always a brighter day the next day if you choose to be. It's when you're in the bright day and you start thinking about the dark ones that they start to get darker.
Yeah. Well, you're right. It's all transition.
Yeah.
Right. And if they're not giving you the respect you feel you deserve, have some respect for yourself and move on and find other friends who do.
Right.
Like anything in life, relationship or friendships or family. If you're not getting the respect you feel you've deserved and you've earned, you're making all this effort, then move on to other people, because I guarantee you there's other people out there, and those people who are not giving you respect are wasting your time and delaying you from getting to the people who are going to give you the respect and make you feel wanted and appreciated in the world.
Also, Wiley's going to college, so like college literally like you'll meet 100 new friends just like off rip like that. So don't even worry about it.
That's right. So Lydia Aaron, hey guys, earlier this week Jay and Winston were asked about the best use of the N-word in a movie. I wanted to throw in sorry to bother you, which uses the word in such an impactful way during the rap scene.
That was amazing.
Which one is sorry to bother you?
That was the one. Lakeith Stanfield.
Right.
And Tessa Thompson.
Okay. Yeah.
And then basically, can I describe the scene?
It's amazing.
So literally, like, there's a scene where Lakeith Stanfield is in front of a crowd, like, full of white people, and then Armie Hammer hands him the mic, and it's like, just rap something. And he tries to, like, rap, like, 4 bars, and he can't get it. And he's like, nigga shit. And literally the entire crowd starts saying
white people start singing it too. That's what's so
right.
That won't be happening on this show. So, Charlie Brown.
Sorry.
That's all right. Charlie Brown's peanut schlong. That's a good one. Schmoebot there. Said thank you for all the laughs and great conversations. Makes my work more enjoyable. RB3 pro tip. If you want to know, this was the Schmoebot before. Yeah, so I apologize. Keith Zerwis. When I saw Emma and Grace together as a duo at Spectacular, I immediately envisioned the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other, whispering advice to the competitor. I think they will be a great team, Fight Club for life. A lot of different cool, fun things happening in season 7. I can't wait to have all these announcements. So many cool things coming up that we're going to have. Stay tuned. Jackson Barber. Ryan Reynolds confirms Deadpool 3 with Marvel, which we haven't talked about. Will Reynolds make a PG-13 Deadpool or fight for an R rating?
They better not do a PG-13.
No shot.
I thought that new one that was coming out was like kind of a cover for Deadpool 3.
Which one are you saying?
The new Ryan Reynolds
Free
trailer.
Guy.
Free Guy.
Okay.
Because I'm like, no one's heard about it. No one reported on this. How did they shoot a whole movie with Ryan Reynolds and there was no press about it at all?
There was a fun tweet. It was like the next Deadpool movie should be Deadpool killing off all the Fox X-Men. Comic book Deadpool kills the Marvel. That's a fun idea.
That would be. It's a good meta thing.
But no, I can't wait to hear Deadpool's riff on Disney's takeover. That will definitely happen, but I think it'll be rated R. I think they'll probably just probably do it through a different banner.
They have to though. I feel like because you're gonna that is part of it. You didn't do the gore for gore's sake. You did it because it fit the tone of Deadpool. If you take away what makes that movie work, you're not gonna see the success they saw.
Agreed. So. Marshall Weeks. Is anyone afraid? Oh, sorry, Anthony Nugent put in a schmo out before. Marshall Weeks. Is anyone afraid that Marvel is going to completely neuter Blade? I don't want to see him in the MCU. They should do a separate R-rated universe. Blade and Punisher teaming up in a movie. I mean, I don't know, because I think that there is a way to do it, the PG-13 version of Blade, that could work and be a little darker. I think that Deadpool is one that I don't think you can, but I think Blade you can do it and make it work.
Yeah, Blade's not really known for cussing up a storm. It's more about the violence thing, right? So, like, and I've had rumor. But by the way, the comic book was not that great. The movies were great, and so you've got a whole new vision of what you think. And the TV show with Sticky Fingers was great as well, and you have a whole new vision of what Blade is. So I think they can cut down on the violence, but still keep the energy of Blade.
I think you just got to find a way to. I'm very curious how the Doctor Strange movie is going to play
Yeah,
out. You
right.
just need to find a way to get Blade and Doctor Strange involved with
I was
each other.
disappointed. There was like a headline that said, because Scott Derrickson came out at Comic-Con and said it's going to be really horror,
Right.
and then a new headline said it was going to be kind of horror.
Kinda
So they're
horror.
already pulling
Right.
back on it. And
Right.
It's like, damn it. Like,
Well, I think it's smart, though, to pull back on it because they shouldn't have said it in the first place, but it's smart to pull back on it if it's not, because then people
Yeah.
are disappointed if they see it's like, it's not really a horror film.
Kind of like New Mutants is a movie, but it's not really.
That's
going to
be a disaster.
Yeah.
Cumberbund in the bum. Okay.
Oh.
Hello.
Holy smokes, I'm usually an auto listener, so I don't see the comment section, but I went in the other day on a video, and people are just jackwagons. Don't know how you guys do this job. Anyway, Happy New Year. Look, this is the beauty. This is also one of the main reasons I love the both majority of comments that I see now are Streamlabs and
yeah, but where are the timestamps,
True, but
People love
the
those
majority,
timestamps.
yeah, the majority of comments I see now are Streamlabs, and these are really good people that are in here doing this. So Streamlabs and the super chat. So
I mean, I sort of get it when the whole debacle went down to where I had the first pick of the draft, and then 20 minutes later I had the no pick in the draft.
you know what that is?
Yeah.
That's karma.
For what?
You tell me.
You're
don't
damn
know.
right. I ain't do shit.
I haven't known you that long. Maybe shit caught up to you.
Garbage.
Winston's going to wake up in a cold sweat at 4 a.m. and be like, that's why.
Yeah, I know. That's right. That one didn't work. Cumberbund. He's been crushing it today. Cumberbund in the bum. We did that one already. Colin Martinez. Hey, John. I'm a liberal Hispanic guy from D.C. who likes EDM and soccer. We're basically the same person. Only thing is that I'm Honduran and you're Bolivian. Also, you're old. That being said, I can't wait for In the Heights this summer. A la Madrid Cabron.
Huh?
How'd I say that? Did I say that already?
What do you say?
A la Madrid Cabron.
A la Madrid Cabron. Oh, so
That's close.
Yeah, that's right.
That's very white, but
He's loving Real Madrid over Barcelona. Is what he's basically
I told you to go fuck yourself.
Well, you're from Central America. I'm from
Yeah,
South.
it's Barcelona. actually.
Barcelona. Yeah, that's right.
Rocha, you like EDM?
I love EDM. You kidding?
Because the second you stepped in here, you asked like if this
Yeah.
sound thing could do EDM.
Yeah, I've been on EDM kick for the last few months again.
Wow.
I kind of dropped off, and then now.
But
I'm
are you
kinda
stealing the
get it.
bagels and stealing your bitch?
You see that? I get it, Roka. You trying to recapture that youth, man?
Yeah. No, man, I'm always a young soul.
I
I know people give me shit for the old stuff, but
I'm just teasing.
by the way, Kalinowski's only 3 years younger than me. I want that clear.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, when they start talking,
Found
when he
the
starts
youth.
talking old man Rocha shit,
Well,
he's only 3 years
Well, the
younger.
funny thing is, you don't look old. You just look like an adult.
yeah,
You
okay.
know what I mean? Like I don't see like age. I just see just like I've been mature for a while.
Well,
I mean,
he seems like he's on his porch screaming at kids. Like, that's more
There's
like what
no
it is.
lie about that. Yeah, I'll totally do that.
It's true.
Get your EDM off of my street.
Yeah, movies.
Into my base.
Movies buff mania. I'm loving SEN. Brett, you're an inspiration to me, and you make my days better.
Thank you.
Rocha, I've been following you since the beginning. Top
thanks,
10 is
man.
the best podcast ever, next to this show. They
Right,
didn't say
fair,
that,
fair.
They didn't say that.
I respect that.
But just as good as the Cinephiles. I can't wait for
Oh,
Christmas vacation and Geek Bunnies. Bunnies?
Buddies.
Fine. Buddies. It is so awesome. I love you, pal. This guy's a big supporter.
Right there, we just got shirts.
It's good. I like that shirt. That's a
Me,
good shirt.
Vogel, and Shannon.
Good shirt. My mom told me no. How was the eye doctor, RB3?
Oh, hi. I didn't know that question was for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had not a great experience at
What
the eye
happened?
doctor.
Whoa.
I just said I had bad eyes. By the way,
Yes?
people who keep going in the comments and telling me, "Oh, you're high on camera. Why do you look so stoned?"
Kristian,
It's my fucking eyes.
when will the new team shirts be on
Seriously.
sale? I'm sorry if someone asked
that's
already, can't watch it live. I need a Finstock exchange shirt for the NY show end of this month.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to say hi and introduce myself during meet and greet. Can't wait.
Totally. I'm hoping to have some news about all of the shirts and everything. I'm working some things out before we can make that happen. So they all will be on sale eventually. I just don't know yet. I'm hoping before New York.
First, we want to take care of RB3's eyes.
Eyes, right.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your eyes?
They just, you know, I got stigmatism, so yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, I got one.
Fucking
same.
Yeah, I got them in both. So it's
Yeah,
shit.
So do I.
All right, respect, man.
So do I, dude.
Yeah.
One day
wear
we'll.
contacts. Or?
Yeah.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
I am Ninja Panda says, I didn't know this. Simply says, I'm black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zoltan.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Zoltan. After all the hate, I have to defend the Matrix sequels. You must think of them like Star Wars prequels. I was young, was 15, enough that it was simply just cool for me. I reloaded Revolutions and a Matrix pack. The whole pack ended up the first DVDs I ever bought on my own money. And that's fair though. I think Animatrix is fantastic.
Yes.
By the way.
Yeah.
It's great. The other two movies just didn't do them for me. But he makes a great point where if that's what you enjoyed and when you were younger that it was just a cool adventure, then who's to say that we can tell you that you didn't like them? I just don't think they're good movies.
I mean, Reloaded was fine until you got to the Architect, and then it got a little convoluted, and then I feel like the wheels fell off.
Yeah,
and then Revolution just never.
Because they tell you this has been happening over and over again. You're like, well, what was the point of me watching the whole goddamn trilogy if this has been happening over and over again? But I will say this: the Revolution's fight scenes
there's some cool
are
stuff in there.
incredible.
Totally.
The Reloaded fight scene on the highway is incredible.
It's a cool movie to watch in IMAX too, by the way.
Yeah, sure.
I remember watching
4K as well. It's cleaned up like a mother.
I was going to say that yesterday when we were talking about the prequels or Tuesday. Like I compared to them, it's just like there's good bits. It's just sloppy execution.
Yes.
And the CGI, they just over CGI'd it.
And it was too convoluted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
for
The
sure.
Architect,
Yeah,
but the highway scene's great. The
Yeah.
Merovingian fight's awesome.
Also, the recasting of the Oracle I thought was a shame because she passed away.
Yeah.
The woman who came in, who's been on a different world, I think she's a great actress. It just didn't work.
It's hard, yeah. Hokaj Peckus. Hey guys, greetings from the San Fernando Valley. Been enjoying all the SEN content. As a longtime supporter, I appreciate it dearly. I'm going to Maui in a few hours, but I'll be back on the 10th, just in time for the awards and the draft. Cheers, 2020. I don't know if you're coming to the actual draft, which would be amazing, but even to watch it, the draft, and you've been involved in this thing since season 2. Have you ever seen as much hype for a season as this?
No.
This is nuts.
No, people are excited because it's all up in the air now.
Yeah.
And there are some like people locked in like we are with Finstock, but so much, especially with that recent announcement we made about the teams from 5 to 10. Now people are like, well, all kinds of things are in the mix, and people are excited to see what's going to happen. Plus, 6 was such a great season that now people want to see if you can top it.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then some. Yeah.
Depends on Winston's picks though.
Silly buffoon. Hey, crew, since The Rise of Skywalker was John Williams' last score, what score is your favorite outside of Star Wars? Mine are Jurassic Park and Home Alone. Happy 2020, you filthy animals.
Favorite John Williams score?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, shoot. Jurassic Park's pretty damn good. Saving Private Ryan. Yeah, Saving Private Ryan.
Score.
Yeah.
I'd go with Jaws just because Steven Spielberg hated it.
It
became the score, Jaws score.
He hated the score?
He did not like it. He thought it was a joke, just like the 2 piano keys back
Really?
and forth.
I didn't know
He
that.
thought it was a joke, and then like it became so iconic.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I gotta go with Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Good one, too.
Good score. Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, of course. Good ones. All right, well, you guys throw in yours also and think about it while these guys Google.
Yeah. No, I have
Brett didn't even try.
I have my top 10. Top 10 John Williams scores.
Do you?
Right? Yeah.
Oh,
But go ahead.
That's what you do for your show.
Okay.
Steal
I
one,
like the
Brett.
JFK score. Nobody talks about
it's a
that.
good one.
And that
That's a
score
great
is
one.
so
I don't think people
fucking
realize
good.
that he did it.
Yeah. It's so good.
That's why I had to Google it because I know obviously the big names, but
Yeah,
I
Harry
just,
Potter?
Yeah, Harry
I
Potter's
forgot
great
about that.
score.
He was good on
I
that.
said it the other day. E.T.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
That was mine.
Yeah, Silly Buffoon, and you think about it, come back to us. Joe the Giant, with friends leaving Netflix, where are the white women at between the age of 14 and 25? What are they going to do
They're
with
just-
all their free time?
They're just sitting at home waiting, rewatching Broad City until HBO Max comes out.
It's so funny because
People lost their minds.
Roxy
bro.
was like super depressed about it. Yeah, I saw her tweet yesterday. It's
ridiculous. It's just friends.
ZCM Zombie Custom Maps. Can we have Brett do Tara Reid drunk auditioning for the Peloton commercial? What's the Peloton?
That was the one.
The workout.
Oh,
but,
okay.
But there was a controversy one, right, where it looked like he.
All right,
she
so,
was-
husband-
all right,
yeah,
Tara,
yeah.
Tara, you're here today. Can you tell us what will you be auditioning for today?
I'm auditioning for the Pelican.
No. It's Peloton.
Peloton.
That's okay. No, well, that's fine. What do you got?
Patreon.
Oh, no,
Go inside
Tara.
the actor's studio.
No, Tara. This is Peloton.
Oh, Peloton.
Yeah.
Oh no, the exercise,
Workout. Yes,
the workout
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Can you
All
please
right.
go ahead?
All right, so in order to work out, first you need to have a few drinks.
Well,
it loosens up the blood flow, and it gets you going a little bit more.
Can you stick to the fonts, please?
Oh, yes. Here we go. Hey! Look at that. I need to go running, but I don't like going outside because people pick on me all the time. I'll just run here and look at this screen. Run, run. Oh, shit, my boob fell out. And I was taking a picture at the same time, and now it's all over the internet.
Oh,
damn it.
Run. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Tara. Oh, so good.
Phantom Menace or Minority Report?
Ah, yes, that was what I was. Thank you for saving me.
Great transition. I actually thought it worked pretty well. All right, Big B. Hell yeah, Rocha's back in the house. Shout out to the Outlaw Nation.
Respect, man,
from
respect.
RVA. RB3 sniper sounds for Brett jokes, please. And great show so far. Yep.
You like that one?
I like that.
Michael Dingus. Happy New Year's, guys. Have a great one. My favorite Rocha moment is when he was interviewing someone and made that comment about their daughter's underwear. It was the best. What was this? I'll tell you in a second. Don't worry. Just had to tease one of the greatest Schmoedown players of all time.
Oh, respect. Thank you.
It's a great bit. He was talking to Don Johnson, and he brought up something about Dakota Johnson, and Rocha forgot that Dakota Johnson was Don Johnson's daughter. So he mentioned, like, oh yeah, that scene with the panties, and Don Johnson goes, hey, easy, and it was he was cool about it.
Yeah.
It was.
I was like, no offense. I'm sorry. Yeah. Because people talked about her after the movie because she wore those Stanford panties afterwards. Yeah. So she had such a great scene with Justin. People were like, oh, and that's what I'd remembered. And then as soon as he said easy, I was like, oh, that's right, it's his daughter. And like, it was like, oh shit, I'm sorry.
But he was super cool about it.
He was great, of course, because he's a ladies' man. He knows.
Oh man, the only thing that I can find probably more awkward is I wonder how what's his name, Brian Williams did when his daughter on Girls got her assy now.
Yeah. Right. Well, he's probably going through some other stuff at the time. So, I don't think
probably
he was
eating some ass himself.
Monster kill.
Or lying about it.
Or lying about it. Right.
I just ate some ass. Motherfucker, that's a peanut butter chocolate sandwich.
He's going to kill somebody. You gotta be careful.
Yeah,
peanut butter chocolate sandwich, the peanut allergies and shit.
Well, that's true. Michael Dingus, we did that one. Kristian Alante, I think part of the reason some people were mad at John Boyega for his comments said something like laying the pipe with Ray, which I think he was just trying to make a joke.
He was. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really good.
He said it's not about who kisses her, it's about who lays the pipe on her. Because of what happens to homie after he kisses her, which we're not going to give away here. But like he's talking about, it's about who lays the pipe. So he's saying he's still in contention.
Do not go down a Twitter rabbit hole of Raylo fans.
Oh.
I made the mistake of doing that yesterday. Oh my God.
I made one comment a few months ago, and they came after me with pitchforks, and I even texted Kristian afterwards. I was like, I can't believe this happened. It was a joke, a playful joke.
Stop
People
tweeting.
went nuts.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't say what I'm actually feeling.
Nope.
about
Keep it to yourself. Haskell 420, put it in a SCHMOEBOT. Villeneuve, what actor do you hope pops in 2020? In 2018, I feel it was Chalamet. 2019, it was Florence Pugh. I hope for a newcomer like Dylan O'Brien to pop more. He's really good. Yep. And Shailene Woodley. I think she had her. She had her.
2011.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone.
Hey.
I was wondering, since you probably won't be able to live stream the awards and draft from the Comedy Store, any chance one of the Wangers could live tweet all the developments as they happen? Signed, a Schmoedown fan who can go.
Well, I will tell you, the Wangers probably not. But Abby Friel will be there. Abby Friel, if you don't follow Abby Friel, who actually nominated for Schmoedown Award because of her tweets, she live tweets from when she's there, and she live tweets when she's watching. And, we'll let her to do that there. But I would like to live stream it. We just don't have the capability to do it yet. Yeah. So rights we'll have for sure. But if not, it'll be on the air like the next couple of days. But
follow me. I'll be doing it since I don't have to do much about it.
I'll
be hammered tweeting the whole thing.
Yeah. C3P Diddy. Oh my God, my girlfriend and I are probably breaking up. Oh no,
sorry.
My job sucks as a dishwasher, and I'm currently going through a depression with my stand-up comedy. However, this episode here, it makes all that shit meaningless. I love you guys. Have a great 2020. Thank you, man. Thank you. Really appreciate that. It's awesome.
You'll get through it.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
That's exactly right. And this is everybody here is going through shit, and it's just a matter of, like I said before, it's just dark day today, bright day tomorrow.
Yep.
Haskell 420 put in a SCHMOEBOT again. Villeneuve, we did that one already, so sorry. Big B, I know I'm late, but what did everyone think about the Obi-Wan versus Vader SC-38 reimagined fight by Fixed in Post fan film? It was incredible. Did you see it? It's awesome.
Is that still the Obi-Wan short film you were talking about?
No. That's Jamie Costa. Now, this was basically, they took a lot of the footage from episode 4.
Okay.
But they modernized it for like what it would look like today, and they added a lot of new shots. And it's like, oh my God, I wish Lucasfilm would stick that for reimagining and special edition type stuff. It was awesome. I loved every second of it.
You sent it to me, and I was like, "What's this? What's
Right,
this?"
right.
I didn't know what the difference was. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. I saw that movie.
Yeah, it's great. Michael Dingus, I watched and answered along every Star Wars match up to Alex Damon winning the championship. I only missed like 2 or 3 questions. If I ever get a chance to Star Wars League better, watch out, especially after studying all the actors' names. Go ahead, Rocha. Say what
I love when fans talk this bullshit. You don't know what it's like to be under the lights and the pressure and everyone looking at you, and you will go dark. You will forget shit. You will have it. So sitting back in the comfort of your chair and playing along. Oh, I know that. It's easy because no one's pressuring you. No one's standing over you, and there's not that thing to try to win. And there isn't someone else who's matching you answer for answer as you go down the line. That's where the pressure builds up. Fans, I love you all. You don't know what it's like until you're under the lights. And any fan who's walked into the arena will tell you it's a whole different ballgame than sitting behind your computer.
And
Smets definitely.
Well, that's why I give Robert Parker, who I love. I love the kid. I think he's great, and I think he's going to be. I predict him as Rookie of the Year next year.
I like Robert. He's
but
cool.
I gave him a little shit because he was on the Call to Action show, and he said he's like, oh, when you're in the, we don't fall under that pressure. Because being in the fan leagues, we're ready for it. I'm like, you don't know until you're in front of like 600 to 800 people looking at you. Like, now you might very well be able to handle it, but you can't credit that off of being like. And I'm not saying that those questions aren't hard, because I think those questions in the fan leagues are harder than the ones that we ask.
Sure. I agree.
But I think that when they're up on top of the stage with fans and all this pressure, and a John Rocha looking at you, and a Dan Merle
or an Andrew Guy talking
shit to you right in the middle of it. So let's relax.
I'll give him a little credit, because you look at a lot of athletes, like you kind of have to be the baddest dog in the yard in order to even get to that.
You want to have
level.
confidence,
but you just have to understand that's a double-edged sword, because if you do get up there and you choke, people will give you endless shit for it.
Ask Smets.
Andrew DeMolante just chimed in. He said sitting at the desk is a lot harder, because he knows his shit, but it's like pressure's on, man. Like pressure's on. Suge Knight, and shout out to Andrew DeMolante and his wife, who put on another great Schmoedown show. It's been a lot of fun to listen to. Suge Knight 323, all shout out to the Great Nerd Chronic with those promos. You have no idea.
Yeah, Eric.
So good. Eric's great. They get so hyped. The Smets and KO promo to me is equal to the Rock vs. Stone Cold promo from WrestleMania 17. Wow. That's awesome. That's great. That's big. Tell him that, because hopefully he's listening, because that's a big. He's a big wrestling guy, obviously. Yeah. Also, Team Goddard for 2020. That's a future champ in the making. Whoa, look at Suge Knight coming in hot.
Goddard.
Yeah, It's Always Sunny in Philly. Hey SEN, my top anticipated of 2020 in no order: Bad Boys for Life, Black Widow, Candyman, Ghostbusters is one we've been talking about.
Afterlife.
Right, Afterlife, Tenet, Last Night in Soho, The Invisible Man, Birds of Prey, and Jungle Cruise. I also have a couple more that didn't make the cut. Thoughts? Love all those choices, and I look forward to going to a few of them. Like Tenet, by the way, that's probably on the top of my list. That I'll be talking about probably a little bit more in depth tomorrow. But yeah, those are all great choices. Any of them that stand out to you?
If Jungle Cruise is just 2 hours of somebody having to riff when the one before them breaks down, I will go to it. That's a thing I had in my head.
I'm with you. If there is not at least 25 puns about jungle stuff, I will riot.
I had like a 20-minute breakdown in front of me, and I'm like, this poor fucker, man. He's the alligator over there.
That's funny. Andrew DeMolante, by the way, is there a place that we can go to see a full players list in the draft? I mostly just want to scout out the Star Wars players. Also, I want to shamelessly plug my show again. Well, there you go. I just did it for you. Check out Beyond the Schmoedown wherever podcasts are found. You should do that. Full list of players will be announced, and I think once the rule book is out, I think we're going to release it to the fans also. We'll release everything. So
you release the rule book?
I think so. I think once we have it, because once we have it locked up, like as much as I like Josh from the movie He says dopey things sometimes. It's like, well, you say you want it like a sports league, make it a sports league. It's like, well, take it easy.
Right.
It's ideas we didn't know right away because we have to put together the rule book itself.
Kristian, in Part 7, subsection 37A,
well,
it says this.
We got to make sure that we have it how we want it first before we release it to the players, much less the audience.
No, I agree, but I think like you said, or whatever argument he's bringing up, because what the NFL does it, the NBA does it. Like, I mean, I think it's a good thing. True. And it does, just because someone starts bitching about it if something happens in the match.
No, you have to have it out there for sure.
Did we have a rules meeting? I don't remember what happened this year. We used to have.
We had one, but we're doing a full. No, we didn't have one this season.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't aware of one.
We're just gonna put together the actual book itself. The league's gonna approve it, and we're gonna release it to the teams. And
so the league's going to approve. So the players are going to take a look at it and approve it, or no?
No, players not going to.
Are players involved in making this? Were managers involved in making this?
Me, Mark, and a select few. So don't worry about it.
No, I mean, but when did the players ever get any say about like that was a catch, Des Bryant, or not?
We did the last two. You mean in NFL? Right, but certainly in Schmoedown, the last 2 years we did.
That went over great.
Yeah,
Suge Knight 323, and I'll just put it out there. The picture was sent to Kate that I did not realize what I sent. Take that how you want it.
Yikes.
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
We'll find out soon. That's disrespectful. Mike S. I'm stealing your bagels. I'm stealing your bits. The clean version for the Schmoedown.
Nice.
Good. Absent good. Happy New Year to SEN. Glad to have Rocha back on. I started to watch Schmoedown when he started to compete. Sometimes I used to get pissed at his comments, but I realized we have similar personalities. I always cheer for you, man, and I hope to meet you one day. That's awesome.
I love that. Respect.
Yeah. It's amazing how many people, you really have become the wrestling personality in this thing. It's crazy.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, it's true. James Spence. What's the best piece of advice that you ever received in your life?
He's asking me?
Everybody.
Oh.
Yeah. I think the same thing. It's just it's
the hardest thing for me I've ever heard is don't take it personally.
Yeah.
That's like the number one thing, which is the most difficult thing because you're so caught up in your world and trying to make your world happen that you think when people don't step up or don't do certain things that it's a personal thing. And sometimes it might be. But if you take it personally, then you slip into that hole of like crisis of confidence and your own insecurities, your own self-esteem situations come up. And that's, if you just keep barreling forward, then you never know what can happen.
I think similar to that is that I had a conversation with Ari Shafir. And Ari told me outside, he's like, don't worry about other people. Worry about you.
Yeah.
What about you? It's like you can competition's good and you can always look at one particular thing, but worry about what you're doing. And it was 100%.
I've probably had somewhat better advice given at one point or another, but the one that has stuck with me for the last decade was I had an acting coach literally be like, stop trying to outact everybody, because if everybody that's in this room was good enough to get here in the first place, just be the best you that you can possibly be, because that's what they're actually buying into.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with anything else. If you're trying to like get a date, if you're trying to get a regular job, if you're whatever, stop trying to out whatever people. Just be the best you that you can, and the rest will go.
I'll take yours. Wake up.
Don't ever stop giving up.
Yeah.
That's the no.
Good one, bro.
My biggest issue, and I've been given a lot of great advice, and I think the biggest thing you should do is implement this device, or the advice you get. I have trouble. I know what I need to do in my life, and I don't take the advice a lot of times, and that's the hardest thing, is when you know you're not doing the thing you're supposed to be doing, and you continue to live this I call it a Groundhog Day kind of a thing. I get up every day and I live this Groundhog Day, but I never learn how to play the piano.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, so that's what I'm working on. So take people's advice, because people give a lot of good advice, and they also give shitty advice.
That's true. All right, listen, moving on to the next one here. This is, because here's what we're going to do, by the way. So we have about 5 minutes left, and because we have to prep for backstage, any questions that I do not get to today, I will cover on all of them on tomorrow's show. Eric, watched The Irishman yesterday, and it was a good, solid movie. Good performances all the way around, but for me, Al Pacino stole the movie. Couldn't agree more. He was so damn good in this. Do you guys think he will get a nomination for some of the awards? Yeah, I think he's going to get a supporting actor award.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah. Do you think so?
I think Pesci was better, but I respect what he's saying. He was fantastic, because he did slide into his Pacino-isms of the later age with the screaming, but it was so endearing with him as Hoffa that you just couldn't help but like love him. That's why no one's talking about De Niro, because it was Pacino and Pesci's movie.
Pesci, hands down.
Yeah,
I agree. Melody, my most anticipated are Morbius and the Witches, being directed by Zemeckis, starring Anne Hathaway. I really like Anne de Armas, but I don't love the idea of another Marilyn Monroe film. I kind of agree with you. I'm just kind of over I feel like every year we get like 5 Marilyn Monroe movies.
Yeah, no one's going to be able to capture what she was. No one. And some actresses
Michelle
do
Williams is pretty
fantastic.
good, though.
She did.
Yeah.
But come on,
Right,
Marilyn's
right.
voluptuous.
I know.
Women don't come that size anymore in Hollywood.
Right.
Christina Hendricks is about the closest
Yeah,
you'll
true,
get to Marilyn
true,
Monroe.
I wish that Kate Upton could act.
Fair point.
That's close.
Yeah, she's about as close as you'll come to.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
James, have you guys watched Oz on HBO? Hell yeah. On season 5 right now, and I can't understand why people don't talk about that being one of the best TV shows. Very intense. The first like 3, I forget how many seasons there were because it falls apart.
Yeah.
Towards the end of it falls apart, but the first like 3 or 4 seasons were crazy. I used to watch
After the
Oz.
riot, it fell apart for me.
Yeah.
That was when I stopped.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's a good. I mean, that's J.K. Simmons, man.
Yep.
J.K. Simmons is phenomenal.
Yep,
in that
and Dean
show.
Winters is great in
Hell
that show
yeah.
as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jake Acavetta, hey, can y'all settle an action army debate for us? Poutine, thumbs up or thumbs down? Yeah, but this is potatoes and gravy, right? Is that what it is? French
like
fries?
cheese.
Pretty damn good.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay, I've
This
never
is
had it.
America.
Yeah,
This is
not
America.
Canadian. It's not
I don't
Canadian.
need no poutine.
You know what poutine,
Poutine.
actually
Yeah.
sounds like? Like you got so lazy you couldn't finish mashed potatoes. like you were halfway there and you were like, nah, fuck it, I'm
No,
just
if
gonna
you
eat it
like
now.
gravy fries, it adds another element to it. It's very good.
It's Always Sunny in Philly. Put it in a Schmoebot. Benzo, Rocha, what are your thoughts on the Lana and Bobby Lashley wedding?
Ugh,
Stupid.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
dumb as fuck,
Yeah.
dumb
Oh
as
my
fuck.
goodness.
It's such a good thing that I'm not doing these Raw recaps with Ryan anymore because I would be eviscerating the
Yeah.
storyline. It's nothing to do with those people involved in the storyline.
Dumb
The storyline
writing.
itself is ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Jim Mason put in a Schmoebot. Joel Godina, I just joined in on my lunch. What's this about eating ass? Go check out. Just check out the girls scene eating ass. You'll see what we're talking about. Paul Denuzio, greatest actor alive to yet win an Oscar. My choice is either Ed Harris, great one. Thanks for the kind words last episode, John.
Ooh, damn.
Paul Denuzio.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Respect.
Shout out, I guess my girlfriend is listening because she definitely goes, "How dare you diss poutine?" I was like, it's my fault. I mean, she's told me multiple times that her favorite food is potatoes, so in all forms. So
Nice. I don't know who's out there that hasn't won an Oscar.
We got to look at
Amy
that.
Adams.
Amy Adams.
Oh,
yeah.
Amy Adams, great choice.
Also, I guess maybe you can text me again. Kristian wants you to come do the show. So
yeah,
if you
yeah,
take a
yeah,
day
for
off.
sure.
Gary Oldman is who I thought about, but then he
He's
won
got it
for Darkest Hour. so
Yeah, we got to look at that list, but that's a great
Is
question.
Christian
Paul.
Bale? Oh, yeah, for Fighter. Shit.
And something else, too.
Matt Damon, Joaquin Phoenix, Michael
Joaquin
Fassbender,
will
Really?
solve that.
Liam
Joaquin.
Neeson.
Yeah, there you go.
You're talking about people that haven't won Oscars.
haven't won. Sean Cartaya, excuse me. Hey guys, Kristian, I didn't have a chance to watch Tuesday's show until last night. I was surprised to hear you give me a shout out for that Facebook comment. Thanks, man. Our society is collapsing, but at least we have our great SEN community. Much love, all. Yeah, he had a great comment in SEN Live that I was shooting in the Facebook group about social media that I thought was great. Michael Dingus, no offense, Rocha, not saying I'm your equal. Been studying for months now. Just my dream to play with all you guys.
Of course, that's a respectful way to go about it.
yeah.
Don't say you're going to kick our asses. Just slide in and say you want to see what you can do against the greatest.
Haskell 420, well said, John. As we talked about at Miller's Ale House after the Orlando event, when I bowled for a living, you can practice well, but once the game begins and have dozens to hundreds of people watching you, some smack talking, it's all a different game.
Yep.
Totally agree with
It
it.
is.
This is the last Streamlabs. This is from Paul. I still watch Nerd Chronic's promo for Bateman and Guy. So good. Shameless plug. This week's Chill to Action includes all the nominated after shows assemble. Love
Nice.
it. All right.
That's cool.
So I want to make sure. This is review and play. I need more Looney Bin next season. Also, Tom and Bibiani should be in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Also, love what you guys have built. You guys helped me get motivated to start my own YouTube channel. Good. I'm glad you did. Look, it's up to the managers to keep the Looney Bin together for sure.
Yeah.
And then last Streamlabs here. This is Nermac 94. Most anticipated movie of 2020 is Denis Villeneuve's Dune. Watched Sing Street last night for the first time. It's possibly #1 top 100 best movies of the decade.
Wow.
Age of Extinction is the worst of the decade.
How dare you?
What's your worst? What's your worst of the decade? I mean, I gotta look at that. I gotta look that over before.
Snowman. That was
It's
the
really
worst.
bad. It's really bad.
What was the one with Liam Neeson that just came out?
Which
that
one?
all that controversy
The
behind
cold
it?
one?
Oh,
yeah,
Cold
yeah.
Pursuit.
Co-Pursuit.
Oh, yeah, is it
what a
horrible?
terrible movie.
Yeah,
it
the
is.
original is incredible, which is on Netflix. The Danish original is great, but that one was
Yeah.
horrible.
All right, so we pretty much have to end the show, but there's a couple of super chats that I'm going to get to tomorrow, but I'll do one of them. Senor Film says, sup guys, Kristian, can you do an Arnold impression as Christian Bale freaking out during the Terminator Salvation? Say, come on,
Get out of the fucking lights. I'm doing the bits there. I'm doing the same accent, and you're here and you're bouncing back and forth, up and down. What are you doing? Get out of here. What are you, a fucking amateur? Come on, you stupid. You're walking around. Oh, look at you, la-di-da-di-da. You fucking stupid. Look at me. Oh, you're going to put this on the internet? What are you doing? Come on. What are you doing? There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the first show. RB3.
Hello.
John Rocha.
Thank you very
Catch
much
him
for
on
having me.
Backstage. He'll be on Backstage. Brett Sheridan's got to get the hell out of here. Winston Marshall, we'll see him tomorrow. RB3 tomorrow. Ben Goddard will be engineering Backstage today. Backstage, stick around, 12:30. Me, Rocha, Kaiser, Smet, Bateman, and the GOAT, Dan Merle, 12:30. For all those Super Chat questions I did not get to today, I will answer them tomorrow, so don't worry. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Really, really happy for you to be here today. Happy New Year. Subscribe today. Check out the SEN clips if you want, and we'll see you tomorrow.